Hello. Okay.
How does Rooster? How do you see the hat when I still don't? Oh, now you do. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Rooster. I'm glad you like the hat. Yeah, I saw the hat online, some stupid ad, and I always wear baseball hats, so I thought, what the heck? Let's mix it up a little bit. Why the heck not? Now, one of these days, I will get a Tom Landry fedora in honor of the greatest coach to ever
Good
walk
morning,
the face
everybody.
of this earth.
Travis, Sam, Echo 5 Hotel, Tracy.
You're not in the shot. Look at
Rooster.
that. We're going to have to adjust your camera.
See, they moved.
I can do that. Wait. You sit there. I can do it.
This place.
I blame Nico LaHood.
Oh, it's always his fault. There we go. Much better. Okay. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Good morning, Tim. How are things in the Philippines?
The PI. Paul Morales.
Damn it. Going away. Sorry.
Travis just doing a different hat. I often wear baseball hats. Why not mix it up? No occasion. I was online. One of those ads where they target you with an ad. I don't know why. They said, hey, you should wear this hat.
Okay.
All right. What the hell?
Oh, shit.
No reason whatsoever. Tim is not doing too well today. Tim, sorry about that, man. Hopefully it just goes uphill from here. I mean, upward, not uphill.
Yeah.
Upward. Uphill would be the wrong term. We got a cool thing. If it happens, and it's supposed to happen, I mean, it comes directly from his media handler in New York. After the show, Mr. T and I will interview Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow's on the West Coast, so it'll be a little after the show, but we'll play it tomorrow.
So should we bring up Bob and Cindy to him? How we hooked up?
If it comes up.
If we hooked up
we had a love connection.
Couple, yeah.
Why not? If it comes up, yeah. They said, talk about this.
Okay.
But ask him anything you want.
Okay.
Take it anywhere you want.
Yeah, I got some ideas.
Yeah. And Patty Larson sent me, and I can send you a bunch of Lester Holt recently did and I saw it when it aired a couple of months ago on NBC Evening News, did a package on him. She sent me a bunch of different links to look at. But I think the main thing is that.
Yeah. Which is a cool thing.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ray Reyes.
Ray Reyes.
So my youngest daughter got me overalls for Father's Day.
Weren't we just mocking overalls? You were just like on Friday. You said, I've never worn overalls. That's funny.
But
that's instant karma.
They're Duluth trading overalls, man. And they're actually kind of nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I was very surprised. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever. The only thing closest to overalls, I wore a ski bib when I lived in Colorado.
Oh, well, there you go.
So a ski bib.
Yeah. It's funny because we were just talking about him.
Yeah. I think it was Friday.
Yeah. She must have got the tapes.
Thank you, Tim.
She must have got the tapes.
Yeah. Right. Special circumstances. That is a murder with special circumstances. You got the PAGs? I sent you PAGs, I think.
Yeah. Also, got a story in Minnesota. Police officers can no longer ask you, do you know why I pulled you over?
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. And it's all about trying to get confessions and trying to trip people up without Mirandizing them.
Yeah.
So they're saying, no, you can't do that.
That's
I
interesting.
found that very interesting. Because last ticket I got, or last time I got pulled over on the way back from South Padre, exactly what the guy said. Cop said, do you know why I pulled you over? And I said, I have no idea at all. So, yeah.
That's a good answer.
Well, I didn't think I was speeding. You know, it's like, no, I'm not speeding. What the hell?
License and registration, please. No questions asked.
Yep.
And let them see your hands on that.
Always let them see your hands, man.
Wheel.
Oh. Oh, what the hell? I trust everybody had a great weekend.
Yes.
All the fathers out there, hope you had a great, great weekend.
Amen to that. I was telling Mr. T, I've had this upper respiratory crud that I'm taking antibiotics and steroids
He's
for.
Juicing.
And I'm better now, but now my wife has it. So
But
she's going to go to the med clinic.
He's able
today.
to lift more now when he's working out.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to pump you up. Hans and Franz.
He's juicing, man. Chris is juicing.
I am juicing.
You have back knee by any chance?
Hopefully. I've always had acne.
No, back knee.
Oh, I thought you said acne.
No, back knee, which is acne on your back.
I haven't looked on.
A good sign.
I can't see my back. So.
All right. Well, he's going to show everybody on the cameras earlier. We'll do a back knee check.
Right.
That's what happens when you do steroids. That's why you never saw Barry Bonds shirtless.
Wow.
Well, that and he couldn't get the shirt over his head.
Get that big Barry Bonds Stay Puft Marshmallow Man head.
Did you have to buy the hat in a bigger size?
I did. I had to get a bigger hat. Yeah.
Look at that crap, man. Wildfire
Sam, I
season.
do have the Strata tanker. Never assume. See, I pour it from there
into smaller, more manageable cups.
Yes.
He doesn't like to drink his coffee with both hands.
Right.
And I just am sporting the Iron Flask, is what it's called.
The Iron Flask. It is called the Iron Flask.
It's called the Iron Flask.
Very nice. How long are they going to keep showing?
I don't know. Well, it's because of an illegal immigrant.
Okay.
So.
Okay. No collagen going on there.
Yeah. In all ways.
My God. Yeah.
It's a shame, too, because she's actually very attractive.
And that's why lips. Special circumstances.
She didn't need the lips.
Yep. Exactly.
You know, it's odd.
What is that?
Today's Those Were the Days file. Bunch of Barry Manilow songs.
Wow, what are the odds?
It's just odd.
It's fate.
Yeah.
It's fate.
Brooke Singman. I liked it better the other way.
Yeah, I do. Nice crucifix.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I wonder if she has a My Pillow.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
It comes with the crucifix, I believe. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. That was funny, Travis. Oh, cool. Way to go, Tracy.
I don't know Maudie's Tex-Mex.
I've never heard of it.
Tracy, I'm assuming it's very good.
In Austin, Tejas. Here we go.
Cool. Welcome into this beautiful day, Monday, June 17th, 2024. 9 days until the NBA draft, 10 days until the first presidential debate on CNN, 41 days until the Victor Wembanyama Olympics in Paris, 82 days until NFL opening night, Baltimore Ravens versus Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team, and 141 days until the start of the presidential election, the November 5th, 2024 presidential election, 141 days away. Charity McCurdy taking a couple of days off. Mr. T, how are you this morning?
I am doing great this morning. It's Beautiful. A little early, but I'm okay.
I am much better. I've had the crud,
the epizooties or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever the heck it is, and kudos to Texas Med Clinic for putting me on antibiotics and steroids.
So you're juicing.
I'm juicing, man. I am Barry Bonds.
Do you feel stronger?
I feel stronger. My head is bigger. I got acne on my back. I'm ready to hit a few more home runs.
Right on.
It's a beautiful thing. I want to get into a bar fight for no reason.
All right.
Yeah, steroids, baby.
We got some time to kill after the show.
Yeah, roid rage,
you want to get a bar fight? That'd be great.
Could be good. That's something to
Been a long time.
Very, very nice. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon solo. That means he's doing a lot of multitasking, including directing our live video stream on YouTube. Already a lot of people in there. Hector Gomez just jumped in there. Good morning, Hector. If you want to join in, there's a live chat. It's a lot of fun. Go to YouTube, search 1200 WOAI, and you can find us. And we talk to you during the commercials, and God knows what we'll say.
Yeah.
God help us. Luckily, we can't lose the FCC license during commercials. Right now, let's get you caught up. I hope not. Let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today, highs in the upper 90s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, then partly cloudy in the afternoon, and then a stray shower or thunderstorm possible, highs in the mid to upper 90s. Then on Wednesday, rain likely. There's a potential for some flooding rains, highs 80 degrees. And right now in Alamo Heights, it's 80 degrees. Terrell Hills, 80 degrees, 78 right here at the Radio Ranch. WOEI News Time, 5:13.
San Antonio's first news, that is Mr. T, Tim Merriman. Charity has a couple of days off. She'll be back on Wednesday. Charlie, with Those Were the Days at 6:48. I'm Chris Duell. And John Lennon once sang, "All we are saying is give peace a chance."
Okay.
Well, yesterday I didn't really give peace a chance, but I gave the UFL championship game a chance. I watched pregame. I watched a lot of the first half. It was 0-0, Birmingham Stallions and San Antonio Brahmas, 0-0 throughout much of the first half. Late in the first half, Stallions go down the field, get a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion. It's 8-0 at halftime.
Yeah, I checked in right before halftime, and it was 8-0. Then went away for halftime, came back in the fourth quarter, and it wasn't 8-0 anymore.
No, it was. I decided to go for a little dip in the pool with my wife. And when I came back, it was 25-0, which was the final score.
Yep.
It was the first shutout of the year for the Stallions and for the Brahmas themselves, who were shut out. What we were going to talk about this morning, Mr. T.
Yes.
Should the Brahmas have a river parade if they win this thing? If
they would have won, then I say yes, they should have got a river parade.
I agree. Championships equal river parades.
That's the way we roll, man.
We don't have to worry about that anymore.
No, we do not, Chris. We do not have to worry about that. And I did give it a chance, man. I tried. I tried so hard to like it and get into it. But when you're down 8-0 and then you end up losing 25-0, you didn't grasp me. You didn't get me. Now, I did see some of the pregame. I saw the soldier that came out saying America the Beautiful.
That was cool.
It was fantastic, actually.
Very, very cool. Yeah, U.S. Army, a big sponsor of the UFL. So they had a big presence yesterday, as they should. Yeah. Tom Brady showed up in the booth in the first half.
Try his hand. Yeah.
And apparently he was there for the trophy presentation as well at the end. So Tom Brady in the mix. Kurt Warner was there. Now, here was something I mentioned to you a moment ago.
Yeah, you told me this, yeah.
Kurt Warner, Hall of Fame quarterback, Super Bowl 34 champion, So he's there on the field for the coin toss, and they go, oh, by the way, Kurt Warner's son plays for the San Antonio Brahmas. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Tell me these storylines, and I might tune in, people.
More often, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway.
Definitely.
Brahmas shut out in the championship game 25-0. Coming up, we want to talk about streaming movies and perhaps movies that you love, but your spouse does not. That and a lot more. We got all the big stories of the day, headlines, traffic, weather, and more. San Antonio's first news, WOAI News Time, 5:16.
And we're back.
Hey, everybody. I'm Sonny Melendrez from Magic 105.3.
Way to go, Sonny.
I love Sonny.
You and him.
But we don't make Sonny money.
No, we do not make Sonny money.
Sonny was the first and last San Antonio radio personality to make a $1 million contract, which was negotiated by an attorney named James Myert, who I like and I've had on the show a lot. James Myert's a good guy.
Great. A rare drug-resistant flu variant out there.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what the hell I have.
Glad you caught that, Travis. By the way, George Strait broke the record for largest ticketed crowd in U.S. history on Saturday night in Kyle Field at Texas A&M. 110,905 people bought tickets to go see him.
Amazing.
Previous record was 107,000 for a Grateful Dead show at Raceway Park in New Jersey in 1977.
We got to talk about that. And apparently during that George Strait concert, A&M was in a game in the College World Series.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Oh, and I saw some, the Omaha Police Department, apparently 2 A&M fans were thrown out of the game because they were heckling. Apparently somebody's son died.
Oh, man.
On one of the teams or something.
Man,
and
they were heckling about that? Well, they needed
I'll
to be.
show you that.
Angel Reese, hard foul on Caitlin Clark.
That was a hard whack across the head and whiplash. I mean, her neck snapped.
And it was a...
and she handled it very well again, apparently.
Yeah. Flagrant one, by the way. Flagrant one.
A packed house again at Cambridge Fieldhouse.
Yep. Just don't like that floor.
Pull back.
I hate that floor. Hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were wearing, Sam Tobias, they were wearing A&M gear, these two idiots who were thrown out. Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together. Yesterday, another game for Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever and another whacking. This time by her nemesis, Angel Reese, who whacked her across the head. It looked like it snapped Caitlin Clark's neck, and a flagrant one assessed to Angel Reese, the opponent.
Yeah, and that was just a horrible foul. Horrible.
They are brutalizing Caitlin Clark in that league.
Yeah.
somebody in that league needs to do something because she is their bread and butter.
Well, and the thing I don't like is where are her teammates, to cover for her, to come and take her back, have her back.
Totally agree.
Yeah, because they all just kind of walk away.
Yeah, they should start brawling whenever somebody does that to her. Coming up, streaming movies or series or whatever you like to watch, but your spouse doesn't. We'll get into that. But first, Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy. What stories are you following?
We got rain in the forecast. How much and when? We welcome in News 4 San Antonio meteorologist Joe DiCarlo. Good morning, Joe. Thanks, Joe. 79 degrees in Alamo Heights, 79 in Terrell Hill, 78 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 523.
San Antonio's first news. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon solo this morning. He's also directing our video stream. And our apologies that you do not get your eye candy on YouTube today.
Normally, we're sorry.
Yeah, we like to say, come for the chopped liver, stay for the eye candy. And of course, chopped liver is Mr. T and myself. Eye candy would be one Charity McCurdy. Well, Charity, her birthday was Saturday.
Yes.
So she's taking today and tomorrow off as well.
Yes.
So the bad news, no Charity on the video stream. The good news is you get a little more of us talking you-know-what during the commercial breaks.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we do. We talk you-know-what.
We talk you-know-what.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Speaking of talking you-know-what, you walked in this morning talking about weekend streaming activities, things you're watching on TV, and I think you're in the same dilemma I am. There are some things that I like to watch, but my wife doesn't like to watch.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies, we talked about this before, Steve Martin's Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Well, I was, messing around Friday when I got home and, we had our little after party. So I was in a pretty good mood. I wanted to start watching it. And Cindy says, no, I don't want to watch that movie. She hates that movie. I love that movie. She hates that movie.
Just wrong.
It is wrong.
Just wrong.
Yeah.
One of my favorite all-time television series, I have tried to get my wife to watch it again and again and again. Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad.
Love it.
It is so darn good. My wife can't take any gratuitous violence of any kind.
Well, there's some in there.
There's a little bit of violence. She just can't watch it. She refuses to watch it. So anything that's the least bit violent, she will not watch.
So I'm thinking she doesn't like Reservoir Dogs or anything like that.
No.
Pulp Fiction.
And she's not a big fan. And the greatest motion picture of all time, Caddyshack.
I know my wife does not like that either. Yeah,
I love Caddyshack.
I wonder if that's a chick thing.
Maybe
it could be.
I don't know.
Could be.
All right. So we would like the people to share with us. Is there anything they love to watch that their spouse does not?
Yeah, and it's available just on our TalkBack feature, available on that free iHeartRadio app. All you have to do, if you don't have the app, download it. It's free. Once you get it, search 1200 WOAI. You'll see a circle with a microphone in it. You hit it. You got 30 seconds. Want to know what TV show or movies you love but your spouse hates?
Big Brother. Big Brother is my guilty summertime pleasure.
Really?
I love Big Brother. She hates it. She hates Big Brother.
I've never seen it.
I love Big Brother.
Never seen
Should
it.
be coming back shortly after 4th
I
of
believe
July.
so. Yeah, I'm just not a big reality TV. If I want reality TV, I'm watching football.
Yeah, but this is this is Machiavellian backstabbing. It's great fun.
Huh.
Showmances, Julie Chen, USC graduate Julie Chen. I mean,
Echo 5 Hotel says Clockwork Orange. He loves that. His wife doesn't, or spouse doesn't.
The ladies don't like the violence.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand
My little droogies.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, we'll hear from you coming up. We'll also talk about all the morning's big stories. Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy. He's got everything you need to know. And we'll talk a little U.S. Open as well. Rory McIlroy kind of choked away at the end. We'll get into that and a whole lot more. WOAI News Time, 526. 40.
Oh, I left Parker on there. Sorry.
That's all right.
My bad. We can talk about the fact there's going to be some rain coming up.
Yeah. Okay.
And Wednesday looks like Wednesday, Thursday, big days.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry about that. My bad.
No biggie. Brian Gann sending a tropical weather outlook.
He just.
We are on the same page.
Yep. I think it's always a big story.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I love that movie.
Mad Tech 00.
Love that. Love it. My wife doesn't like Arthur. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, man.
Freaking classic.
Love that.
Let's see. What Brian Gann sent us.
I'm not a big fan of Star Wars either. I don't know if I'm a big fan or not. Just never seen it.
I love Star Wars.
Never seen it.
Love it. 046953.
Wow. Already, guys. Oh, wow. Okay. RK with one that does not mention Donald Trump.
Shocker.
I know. What was he thinking, man? Okay, see, look, large area of disturbance. Look at, yep, this is it, man. We're going to get some rain. Maybe tomorrow we'll check in with Ray Stajic early.
Sure.
Or Wednesday. Yeah, because tomorrow we might have a chance. We'll check in with him tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to get some Wednesday, Thursday. Look, chance of this thing forming into a tropical storm are high, 70% for the next 7 days. Wow. So it's gonna hit. Yeah. That's our best shot is Wednesday and Thursday. Look, all the way through Saturday, there's a good chance.
My goodness.
You got almost 100% on Wednesday, over almost 55% on Thursday. Sorry, Thursday is 96%. Wednesday is 99%. And then it goes 55, then to 40, and then Sunday, like a 15% chance. But then next week again, here we go.
Good morning, Tommy Miller.
Tommy Miller. Well, Sam, I'm going by the Weather Channel website.
I'm gonna
I didn't jinx anybody.
Grab some water.
All right, I'm going to go get some coffee while you're doing that. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yes, Michael Chiklis was bad. He was also the commish. You remember that, Tracy? What thing under the hat?
Say what?
Echo 5 Hotel since they're gone.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Cool. Pull up the Weather Channel. All right, everybody. Welcome in.
See, only 11 people when Charity's not here.
It's early.
It is early.
Japan reports spike in a potentially deadly bacterial infection.
Great.
Wonderful.
Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Sounds like, yeah, what I may have. Hopefully I didn't.
Well, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened.
Highly fatal.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of that thing that came from China.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Surgeon General demands a warning label on social media apps.
Huh.
We could have fun with that.
Yeah.
Published at 6:20 Eastern, 5:20, so 17 minutes ago.
That's a good one. I like that. Right now, I got 2 talkbacks we can play at 50.
Okay. An op-ed in today's New York Times says social media poses threats to children, requires urgent action. He demanded Congress to put a label on the apps, as with cigarettes and alcohol.
So, Chris, George Strait made history on Saturday, played that show with 110,905 people. Name them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Crime alert.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. Man. That's an old story. Come on, Nancy.
Oh.
You know what yesterday was?
What was yesterday?
The anniversary of the 2014 Spurs championship.
Wow.
We got to remember this at the bottom of the hour. Next hour, we got to get out so we can get to John Decker before, because it's going to be 42 before we get in here.
Yeah, and you've got to expect that he's going to go long.
Yes.
Okay. Try to remind me.
I will. So side.
Tracy Bogert agrees with the Surgeon General.
Yes. I mean, honestly, do the warnings on cigarettes do any good? Do the warnings on alcohol do any good?
Probably not.
So will it work on social media? Probably not. Isn't that the parents' job?
Yeah.
Really? Lots of activity over the weekend, huh?
Yes. San Antonio's first news. He's Mr. T. Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charity McCurdy taking today and tomorrow off. She'll be back on Wednesday. Brian Gann is in for Charity, bringing you all the news all morning long. Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days at 6:48. Well, Mr. T, there is activity in the tropics, and lots of things are possible this week. But as we look at the extended forecast, looks like we're going to get hit with a lot of rain and thunderstorms, specifically on Wednesday and Thursday. But this could go all the way through the weekend as well.
And it looks like if you get into next week, looking at the extended forecast, rain comes back next week. So, yeah, look, we need the rain. And according to the Weather Channel's website, on Wednesday, we're looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain expected.
And I'm looking at Weather Channel's daily forecast as well. Wednesday in the San Antonio area right now, a 100% chance of rain, 96% chance on Thursday. So if you want to do anything outdoors or enjoy some sunshine, today and tomorrow would be your best bets.
There's a slight chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow. A stray shower or thunderstorm could happen tomorrow, but those are isolated.
And a lot of activity, down in the tropics, around the Caribbean, around the Mexico portion of the Gulf of Mexico. Could turn into a tropical storm.
Yes.
Could turn into potentially a hurricane.
Yeah, which is, it's hurricane season, Chris, and this is supposed to be, according to NOAA, one of the biggest hurricanes or most active hurricane seasons we've seen in a while.
The C hurricane, if indeed it happens, it would be
Chris.
Hurricane Chris.
Which, that's appropriate. I like that.
Appropriate, but Who's afraid of Hurricane Chris?
Nobody.
My favorite hurricane name ever when I was a kid, Hurricane Beulah.
Now that was scary.
Beulah.
Yeah, if you knew a Beulah, you'd be scary.
Yeah,
you'd be scared. Yes.
As I recall, Beulah was a pretty darn significant hurricane.
Yes.
Back in the late 60s, early 70s.
Yes,
anyway, we will continue to update you on the weather right here. Keep it right here. If anything changes, you will know about it immediately.
Can I just say it one more time? Beulah.
Beulah.
I like saying Beulah.
Hurricane Chris. Hey, it's Chris.
Hey, come on over. Come on over. Have a beer.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, that was really impressive. All right, coming up, your television viewing, streaming, movies, series that you like but your spouse doesn't. We'll hear from you on the Talkback feature. But first, we'll go back in time with Flashback. Stick around. WOAI News Time, 5:45.
Okay.
Tracy says the largest concert was Rod Stewart's 1994 New Year's Eve performance at Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro. The largest concert ever at 4,300,000 people.
What's that?
4,300,000
I know, I
people.
saw that, yeah. Tracy,
thank you, Tim.
Tracy, name them.
So we should probably get out at 23.
I'll look at the
okay.
Spot blocks and all that. Oh, we got 4 now, Chris.
Beautiful.
Huh, interesting. Wow, we got 4 pretty good ones too.
Outstanding.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I don't know if we're going to break any records today, but
Frankie, welcome in. Thank you, Frankie. I'm glad you like the hat. I appreciate that.
That's hilarious. Did you see that story about the Southwest Airlines flight that plunged towards the ocean off the coast of Hawaii?
I did not.
Yeah, if you get the CNN top 5,
okay,
it's number 5. And according to what I've read and what they're saying right here, there was a newer first officer that was flying at the time and inadvertently pushed forward on the control column.
Oh God!
You know?
Yeah. Things to avoid.
Why don't you practice without people in the plane?
Yeah.
Wow. We need to be out at 56, Chris. Got a 4-minute break. Yeah, got a 4-minute break.
Okay.
They've overloaded this hour again. I guess people on the stream don't need to hear that, but okay.
A little behind the curtain.
Yeah. Good morning, Frankie.
Frankie, have you ever gone to Hollywood?
Just relax. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're looking at the tropics around Mexico, San Salvador. My goodness.
Yeah, we're going to get some of that. Look at that.
Yes.
Alberto,
everybody.
Oh, that's not, they're just showing stock footage. That's not Alberto. Come on. We're going to get to Chris like pretty quick.
None of those are really scary. Maybe Nadine.
Frankie has been to Hollywood.
Yes. Very nice, Frankie.
But did you relax? Stand by. Oh, come on, really?
It is time to go back in time, but what year will we land in? You try to figure it out. We'll try to figure it out. Let's play flashback. Five minus five, so we're 19.
Yeah, 2019, Chris. That's going to be my guess.
Okay.
Goodbye, James.
See you, James. Yes. Funny. They said it was the 75th anniversary of D-Day.
So that was 5 years ago. So 2019, Chris.
I'm with you. Let's find out.
Hey!
Boom!
We did math.
We got one without Charity.
And we did math.
Woo!
Wow.
In for Charity, Brian Gann. What stories are you following?
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies early, partly cloudy in the afternoon. Stray shower, thunderstorm possible. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Wednesday, rain likely. A potential for flooding rains. Highs right around 80 degrees. It is 79 degrees in Monte Vista, 79 at City Base, and 78 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time 5:54.
San Antonio's first news. That's Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charity with the day off. Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days coming up at 6:48. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon solo and directing our YouTube live video stream. You can check it out. Go to YouTube, look for 1200 WOAI. You will find us. And Mr. T, a lot of us, in our households, we try to come to an accord with our spouse on what to watch on streaming channels, either movies or TV shows, and we're not always into the same thing.
We are not. I tried to watch Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid Friday when I got home, and my wife says, I hate this movie. I don't want to watch it. And I was like, oh, come on. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
it's a great movie. So it brought up that topic in my head. Movies that you like and your spouse hates, or TV shows you like and your spouse hates. And we're doing it on the iHeartRadio app and the free iHeartRadio app, I should say. The TalkBack feature. If you don't have the app, download it. It's free once you get it. Search 1200 WOAI. You'll see the circle with a microphone in it. You hit it. You got 30 seconds. And we want to hear from you like RK did.
RK here. Well, I can't remember who I was married to way back then, but the movie that kept me on the edge of my seat for 99.9867% of the time was The Thing. Everybody have a beautiful thingless day. Bye now.
RK.
Wow, he did not say Donald Trump. I am shocked.
Usually a Donald Trump reference from RK.
I thought he would say something about The Apprentice, and his wife didn't like watching it because Donald J. Trump was in there. And
so he divorced her.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
All right, let's go out to let's go to San Antonio. Right, we're in San Antonio. Let's talk to Kevin.
Woo.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kevin from San Antonio again. So the movie or movies that I absolutely love that my girlfriend cannot stand is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I remember the first time seeing The Fellowship of the Ring in theaters, and my mind was blown away. After that, I was obsessed with the series and the books and the whole Lord of the Rings world. I love sharing it with my kids, but my girlfriend will not watch it with us. She finds them boring. It's sad.
It's tough when you love something and your significant other does not.
Yeah, let's go to Kemper real quick.
Okay.
Good morning and happy Monday. This is Kemper. I grew up watching boxing with my dad, and we were all about the fights, saw some great ones, and my mom absolutely could not stand the violence. So I know what you're talking about, Chris, with your wife not liking violence. Breaking Bad, that's when I learned what binging Netflix was.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
And that's how I saw Breaking Bad. I didn't see it when it came out in real time. I watched like 3 or 4 a night for a number of months.
I told you I was
binge watched.
laid up after my kidney was taken out. I watched the entire series in like a week.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. All right. Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy. He's got everything you need to know at the top of the hour. Then we'll dive into, guess what? More wildfires in Southern California. That and more. John Decker, White House correspondent, in the next hour as well. WOAI News Time 5:57. Now, so much for getting out at 56.
I'm sorry?
So much for getting out at 56.
That's all right. We'll catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a John Wayne today, by the way.
Thank you very much. Tim says, I see Buffalo, New York is going to have classes for a half a day today due to high heat.
Yeah.
Temperatures will be 100 degrees in Buffalo, New York.
That's hot, man.
How weird is that?
And Frankie did relax.
Yes.
In Hollywood.
Very nice.
Her husband's nickname is Hollywood.
Perfect.
So, Frankie, when you go to Hollywood, her husband?
Yes. Does she relax? Yes.
Do you relax when you go to Hollywood?
Hector Gomez, The Sopranos. Jane, his wife, has never seen it.
Jane.
And will never see an episode.
Yeah, my wife wasn't big on The Sopranos. She watched it, but she didn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All night long. Do-ba-dum.
Coughing less today. That was a cough.
That's a good thing.
Coughing less, though. Less is good.
We shall return.
Ooh, we got the other angle. Look at that. Oh, and now we switch back. Andrew Zimmel, technical director. Very nice. Tracy Bogart, not to be a doomsayer, but it's not going to cool down. Yeah, there's extreme heat around the country this week. So we're doing California wildfires here? Okay.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Time of year.
Tracy Bogart says, I'm telling you, if they would rake the effing leaves, they wouldn't have those wildfires. Well, we need a raking crew. Tracy?
Not just the leaves, Tracy. They need to get rid of the underbrush as well. Yep. I love it.
So let me know when to get out of
I
segment
will.
2 with Decker
As
coming.
I find out what the bottom of the hour break is.
Cool.
Canuckus. All night long.
One of the graphics they had yesterday between Bum Phillips and his son, Wade Phillips, 90 seasons as coaches, no championships. Neither had
She's
won.
going to go there, man, but
Yeah.
wow. Wow, he was able to say fire truck on the
Yeah, Tracy Bogart.
trying to get banned
Tracy
from
Bogart and
YouTube.
his potty mouth.
Trying to get banned from YouTube.
I think you can say it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they should get prisoners to go out and rake him. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, a little work release program.
I
There
like
you go.
it.
I mean, there used to be a time when you had to work for when you were in prison.
Yeah.
You busting big rocks into little rocks, make license plates, you know, all the cool stuff.
Yeah, who makes license plates these days?
It's a good question, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. We'll get our crack research staff on that.
Yes, we should do that.
See, I like it. I like it, Echo 5 Hotel. Every 500 acres, you get a year off your sentence.
I like it. Yep.
You get those people that are in multiple, 40-year sentences. They'll be raking forever. Hi. Which segment do you want to recap the Tony Awards from last night? I almost got through that without laughing, but I'm
Your
sorry.
choice.
No, that's all right. Okay, Kansas City Chief owner says Taylor Swift is part of the Chiefs kingdom. Really? Did you really need to come out and say that?
Shocker.
I know. Surprising. I mean, come on, people.
Wow, 10.5. Is that amazing?
Yeah. It's a heavy clock, dude. Let's see if I can get to the bottom yet. If we get out at 25 normal, we should be okay.
Okay.
All right?
25.
Yeah. Normal out time. 7777. I'll get it.
That was not me.
I can't say it. From our security guard.
San Antonio's first news. He's Mr. T. I'm Chris Duell. Charity McCurdy taking a couple of days off after her birthday. She'll be back on Wednesday. Brian Gann in for Charity. Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days at 6:48. At 6:40, White House correspondent John Decker on the president and the former president preparing for their first debate, which is now 10 days away and coming right up. More wildfires in Southern California. But first, let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today, highs in mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies early, partly cloudy in the afternoon. Stray shower, thunderstorm possible, highs in the mid to upper 90s. Then on Wednesday, rain likely, There's a potential for some flooding rains, highs right around 80 degrees, 79 degrees in Alamo Heights, 79 degrees in Alamo Ranch, and 78 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 6:13.
San Antonio's first news. It's the month of June. The solstice is approaching. So, of course, there are California wildfires. Another wildfire, the most latest, northwest of Los Angeles, has burned more than 14,600 acres. It forced the evacuation of over 1,200 people. It is a fast growing blaze, fueled, of course, by strong winds and low humidity. And as of last night, this latest California wildfire, 2% has been contained. So it is raging on.
So when you were living in California back in the day, when you were going to college at USC, did you guys was there a lot of wildfires back then, or it just seems like there's more that we hear about now?
Yeah, there were, but they were up in the hills. I remember around La Cañada, which is a place kind of north of Glendale. USC is kind of in downtown LA, essentially South Central. So, I mean, you would in the city proper, you wouldn't worry about the wildfires, but the surrounding areas, all those hills, like the Hollywood Hills, are prone to perhaps wildfires.
Now, they're talking about the strong winds. This is not the Santa Ana winds, though, correct?
I don't believe so.
I think
they would be labeled as Santa Ana. And Santa Ana winds, though, are very dry winds.
I know.
So that can be... I'm amazed, Mr. T. We do these stories every year. There are more wildfires every year in Southern California, more and more damage. Given our technology, this is coming every summer and every fall. Why hasn't more been done to offset these wildfires?
I don't think California has the money to do that.
That could
because it would take a lot of money. Because what they need to do is just cut the underbrush and clean it out a little bit, and they might not get wouldn't be as much fuel for the fires, in my opinion.
Yeah, people on our live chat said maybe we should have prisoners on work furlough.
Get out and clean it up.
Getting out and cleaning up all that brush and everything that fuels these fires.
Yeah, kind of like a work release program. And, in other words, you could take time off your sentence for how many acres you clear or whatever. It'd be a great idea.
Something to think about. Could be part of the solution. As we roll forward, more of your talkbacks. What are some TV shows or movies that you like to watch but your spouse doesn't? We'll hear from you on the free iHeartRadio app. We'll play back your talkbacks. Don't forget Charlie Parker at 6:48, White House correspondent John Decker on the upcoming presidential debates. He'll join us at 6:40. WOAI News Time, 6:16.
Right now there's one.
Okay.
3. Sorry. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't prevent them. I mean, that's fine and dandy, but they need to prevent them. I got 3, Chris.
Cool.
Yeah.
Active gaming is the new fitness trend.
Okay. Those don't actually go together, Chris. Yeah. Although I remember when Nintendo's Wii first came out,
that was a big deal.
Oh man, we'd go over to my sister's house for like family get-togethers, and we'd be in there playing tennis, bowling, golf. It was great. We had a good time.
Cool.
He looks like a gamer, doesn't he?
Yes.
Now Nice shorts. Ah. Just going to throw it to Brian.
Yeah. 25 out. And you've got 4?
3.
3.
Our favorite school teacher's got a good one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, here's a guy after my heart here. His wife loves movies that are on the Hallmark Channel.
Nice. Good morning, Sleepy. Tim, that'd be a good idea, but the debates are at night while we're winding down. Certainly we'll watch them, but for us to do a live video, I like the idea, but it's kind of hard to pull off with the 1:30 in the morning wake-up call.
Yes, sir. These things got to go away.
Okay, Miss Charlie's grumpiness in the morning. You get it. You still get it. What?
Just not every morning.
But why is that in there?
I don't know.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, then more reaction from you. What you watch on TV and movies, but your spouse doesn't like it, but you like it. But first, Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy. What stories are you following?
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy in the afternoon. Stray shower, thunderstorm possible. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Wednesday, rain likely. There's a potential for some flooding rains. Highs 80. It is 79 degrees in Monte Vista, 79 at Lackland Air Force Base, and 78 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 622.
San Antonio's first news. Coming up in the next half hour, John Decker, White House correspondent. 10 days left before the first presidential debate. He'll preview that for us. 6:48. Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days. But Mr. T, we have been asking the people this morning, what do they like to watch on streaming or on TV, but their spouse does not?
Yes, and we're doing that on the Talkback feature available on the free iHeartRadio app. Once you get the app, just search 1200 WOAI. You'll see a circle with a microphone in it. You hit it, you got 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and check in with our favorite school teacher.
Hey, Mr. T and Chris. The show that I like that my wife doesn't like to watch, I'm a big science fiction fan, Star Trek, the original series with Kirk and Spock. She thinks it's too dated and old-fashioned. The movie, I heard Echo 5 Hotel earlier talking about Clockwork Orange. Mine is another Kubrick classic, 2001: A Space Odyssey. She falls asleep. She can't stand it. She can't even make it past the apes. Y'all having a great day.
I love both of those.
I do too.
I am an original Star Trek
I don't
guy.
like Star Trek.
I
no.
love 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think it holds up to this day.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah,
Gosh,
so
yes.
I'm with him on both counts.
All right, let's go out to Blanco.
Good morning, crew. Jerry from Blanco. Okay, movies she hates are Die Hard and those of the like. Movies she loves are on the Hallmark Channel. So we usually go ahead and agree to watch. Shall we really like old game show reruns? Price is Right, Steve Harvey on Roku stream.
Yeah.
See, that's the key is to come to a compromise
Well,
that you can both watch.
that's kind of what we do because my wife, like his wife, loves those Hallmark movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to me, they're all the same movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell you the formula. You get about 40 minutes to the end of the movie, there's going to be some sort of conflict, and then they'll resolve that conflict and live happily ever after.
That's the plot.
Yes, it is.
All right, more coming up. We've got Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy with everything you need to know. Then White House correspondent John Decker, 10 days and counting until the first presidential debate. How are the candidates getting ready? We'll dive into that and more coming up. WOAI News Time, 625.
What's that?
625 on the nose.
Yes, I know.
Woo. Whoa. My wife doesn't watch Real Time with Bill Maher.
You watch it.
I am a devotee. I
But
think
we
it's a
do
great
find
show.
ourselves, making compromises. Like I would have never watched that movie, The Hitman, if it was not for my wife.
I started it based on your recommendation.
It's good,
We
isn't
watched
it?
like the first third last night before we had to go to bed.
It's good.
Very good. The
It's
Hitman.
different, man.
Different. It's a comedy. It's
It's
good.
It's good. It's really good. I was very surprised because when she told me,
And you buried the lead,
Yes.
Richard Linklater,
sorry,
the writer director.
yeah,
And there's like this one conversation, you always philosophical conversation that he's having with his ex-wife.
yes,
And I said to I go, this is like quintessential Linklater
sure.
dialogue.
sure.
This is Richard Linklater
But
dialogue.
it's good, man. It's
Yeah.
a good movie. It's different. And if your wife loves rom-coms, man, watch it.
Very
Watch it
good.
because it's exactly entertaining as hell. I liked it.
Agree.
I liked it a lot. What we didn't like was Bratz. Got to be honest.
God,
It
And
had
I think
potential.
it had so much potential. Bratz is about the Brat Pack. Andrew McCarthy is the filmmaker, and all he does is whine about being called the Brat Pack throughout the whole damn thing. He never gets Molly Ringwald. To his credit, he gets Demi Moore. She was very good. I thought Demi Moore was very good in it.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe was good.
Yes, Rob Lowe's always good.
yeah.
And John Cryer.
Yeah,
Yeah, did you mention that? Yeah.
I didn't mention John Cryer. I thought Emilio Estevez was a bit standoffish there.
Yes.
Standing there on the other
Yes.
side of his little
Well,
bar.
apparently they had issues
Oh,
with
okay.
each other
Okay.
when that all happened. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I really expected good things, and not so much.
Record-breaking heat in the East on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, it might get up to 100.
All right, big half hour. John Decker, Charlie Parker, those were the days. More of your talkbacks if they come in. A lot of you heard this earlier, but after the show, Mr. T and I are scheduled to interview Barry Manilow. And if that happens, and it's supposed to happen, we'll air that on tomorrow's show. Barry's on the West Coast. So 9 a.m. here is 7 a.m. there. So
Yes.
he's calling us after that. Barry's coming to San Antonio. When is his San Antonio?
August
I
something.
know that. Barry Mantle of San Antonio, PA. Frostbank Center, of course.
Correct.
August 15th,
Yes.
a Thursday night,
Yes.
which is a problema for me.
Yeah, I'm not going. Can't do it. Sorry. Washing my hair.
Well, that's the night, but the Alamo Dome is Journey.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is the night before Journey.
Yes, which we have our tickets, Chris. We have a confirmation. Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan, everybody.
That's Nolan Ryan.
I noticed the Astros lost to Detroit and then they beat Detroit. I didn't see
Yeah.
what happened yesterday.
Not sure about yesterday.
I was too busy watching the San Antonio Brahmas get their
Yeah.
butts kicked.
Yeah. It was that, and I was watching golf and something else. I forget. Sorry, I was talking to my daughters. They were both there, so we were having fun.
I will be back.
All right. All right, we'll be back.
Woohoo! Ooh, the long shot once again. The other angle. Or not. Good morning, Sleepy. Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody who was prone to celebrate Father's Day. We got John Decker at 6:40 in about 6.5 minutes. Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days at 6:48.
Now,
I'm amazed Decker's working today
I know.
because we know he had the day off on Saturday in Italy.
Right.
So did he travel on Sunday and he's already
I
working again
guess.
today?
Yeah.
Summer solstice is Thursday at 3:50 p.m. Central Time.
Okay. Okay, you see
Thursday
these
the
new
20th.
rules? These new rules for the debate?
Have not. Where are
Both
they?
candidates have agreed to appear at a uniform podium with their positions determined by coin flip. Microphones will be turned off during the 90-minute debate, except when it's each candidate's turn to speak. Campaign staff can't interact with the candidates until after the debate. There will be no studio audience. Wow.
Where are you looking at that?
It's on CNN. And they both agreed to it. 90-minute debate will include 2 commercial breaks. That's according to the network. I want to know who's the person that's going to be muting the microphones. So they'll have no props and no pre-written notes, but they will be given a pen and a pad of paper and a bottle of water. Wow. Now I'm wondering, with no studio audience, is that better for? That's better for Biden than it is for Trump.
Yes, I think so.
Because Trump loves the audience.
Yeah, and he's the better debater, and he has more one-liners and zingers.
Oh
and,
yeah.
yeah. So those rules seem to me
To be
to
Biden
benefit
rules.
Biden.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should be right on time, brother.
So I'm going to ask him where he is,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to ask him question 1.
Okay. Hi, Jingo.
Look who it is.
Yeah. Marisa. Shiny. She's shiny again.
Yeah.
There's lighting.
Weird.
Whoever's doing those lights, man. Thanks. News at the top. Scratch that. We're going to be early.
We're going to be early?
Yep.
Okay.
Once again here, dude, you're not paying attention there, Andrew. Come on. Joint word. All right, still waiting, dude.
Okay.
Minute and a half. We should be right. Okay, we should be real close to time. Still waiting.
Okay. San Antonio's first news. That's Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charity McCurdy taking a couple of days off after her birthday over the weekend. She'll be back on Wednesday. Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days coming up at 6:48. And we are standing by to connect with White House correspondent and attorney John Decker. And John, the first question, where in the world is John Decker? We know you were in Italy for the G7 summit. Are you back stateside this morning?
Yes, I got back last night. Happy to be back on U.S. soil, back in Washington, D.C. And the next big event that I'm looking forward to, I know you are as well, is this big debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden set for June the 27th, hosted by CNN. We learned yesterday what some of the rules associated with this debate are. These are rules that have been agreed to by both the Biden campaign and the Trump campaign. And of course, we know who the moderators are, Jake Tapper and Dana Bash from CNN.
And there will not be an audience, which I think plays more towards President Biden, because former President Donald Trump loves an audience.
He does. He really gets energized by an audience cheering for things that he says, cheering for some of the points that he potentially would make during the course of a debate. That will not be here. It's going to be essentially in a studio, a television studio. The only people in that television studio are those two moderators that I mentioned, the two candidates, but no audience as well. And that means that Donald Trump or Joe Biden, for that matter, can't play their message to applause and cheers and anything like that. It's really, that's one of the things that you'll notice right away. The other thing is muted mic.
Yeah.
So when one candidate is speaking, the other candidate cannot chime in. You won't have that crosstalk that we saw during the presidential debates between Joe Biden and Donald Trump back in the 2020 cycle. I think that's a good thing for viewers at home in the sense that, it just becomes a circus when it becomes each candidate talking over each other.
And John, of course, the president performed very, very well in the State of the Union address, but that was on a teleprompter. That's certainly a different environment than a debate. How essential is it, with so much attention on President Biden and his age, even though he's not that much older than Donald Trump, how critical is it for him to perform well in this debate coming up?
Oh, it's so important. Joe Biden, 81. Donald Trump just turned 78. So these are not young folks that are up there on that debate stage in 2 weeks' time. But for President Biden, as you point out, he did do well during his past two State of the Union addresses. But as you point out, that's reading off of a teleprompter. So different than during a campaign, a debate. Yes, you can go in with the points that you're preparing to make against your opponent, but you can't read off a teleprompter. You can have a notepad and pen to take some notes. You can have a glass of water. That also is permitted under these rules. But you can't even consult with your campaign during the 2 commercial breaks that will take place during this presidential debate on June the 27th.
And now let's go back to the microphones being muted except for when it's your time to talk. And I know that's to try to do away with the crosstalk like you mentioned, but do you think that's going to stop former President Donald Trump from talking even though his microphone's not on?
No, I don't. And, with microphones being what they are, the other person, their point will bleed into the other person's microphone. So I get what they're trying to do. It's not going to be as effective as they like, but look, it's something, and it's something that, by the way, both campaigns have actually agreed to before this debate takes place. That's kind of interesting as well.
And John, we've talked about this debate earlier than traditionally a presidential debate is before both conventions. Usually we see these debates begin in October as we ramp up to the November election. Why do you think both campaigns agreed to a June 27th debate?
It's a good question. I think that both campaigns are looking for a change in the narrative associated with the campaign. Both Donald Trump and Joe Biden are looking for essentially knockout blows, because you look at poll after poll, it's essentially a dead heat. It really is when you factor in that, there's a margin of error for every poll that's put out there. And if you have a successful first debate, it changes the narrative. And for Joe Biden in particular, I think it's important for him, given some of the missteps, the miscues, the gaffes that he's had, to have a good debate, to show that he's up to the job, to show that he's up to being the commander-in-chief for another 4 years.
All right, so we got Game 5 of the NBA Finals tonight, this one in Boston. Were you surprised by what Dallas did on Friday night?
I was very surprised, following it all the way across the pond out in Europe, but I was very surprised by that. But good for Dallas. Maybe now they know what they need to do for game number 5, 6, and hopefully 7, as far as Dallas Mavericks fans are concerned. But it's going to be tough. It's on Boston's home court. They love to wrap it up at home. So that's the headwind that they're facing for this game 5 this evening.
One game at a time. We'll see if the Mavericks can extend this series tonight. Great to have White House correspondent John Decker back in the States. Always great reporting from him. Coming up, Charlie Parker with Those Were the Days. WOAI News Time, 646.
Okay.
Woohoo!
And we're back. Okay. That was fun.
Yeah, so technically it's not even summer yet.
I know, but
technically
it seems like
until Thursday at 3:50 p.m. Yeah. And after that, the days start getting shorter. I don't like that.
Wow, we got 2 that just went to the Bull.
Went to the Bull.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bob Delmont is on right now, and this guy James is from San Antonio, and he is like complaining that he needs some good back porch music. I have 2.
Cool.
We could do these 2, and then if you want, we can talk about George Strait.
Okay.
I've got audio too of him talking about the setting the record.
Okay. That was Saturday night at Kyle
Saturday
Field?
night, Kyle Field, Texas A&M University. 110,905 people is the new record.
Wow.
Largest ticketed crowd in U.S. history.
Jesus.
Previous record was 107,019. It happened when people went to go see the Grateful Dead at the Raceway Park in New Jersey in 1977. Also, George has the record for the largest indoor ticketed concert in North America, 1,793 fans at his AT&T Stadium show in 2014. Man pulls in some people, don't he? That's why he's King George. We're back.
That's good news.
Yeah.
So do we think Charlie's back from the coast?
Not sure. I know he's back tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know about today. He might have come back yesterday.
Sleepy says my brother was at that George Strait concert.
Oh,
said
cool.
It was great, even though he was in the nosebleed section.
Man,
Nothing
you're
wrong
way
with that,
up
man.
there, brother.
You get in the building.
And the good thing about a George Strait show is he does it. The stage is in the center.
Yeah.
So
And if there are big screens, then you're good.
Yeah. I mean, that stadium is huge, man. Huge. Yes, I went to a game with Peter Bolger there.
My goodness.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yeah. The only good thing about it is I discovered that our field passes got me into the Aggie Club.
Yeah.
So I would go drink beer
Nice.
and then come back down and sit next to Peter and go, oh, you know what? I'll be right back. Where are you going? I said, I'm going into the club. There's a club? I said, yeah, come on. Took him in there. Yeah, good times.
$14.
Yeah.
There's the social media story.
Yep. We could bring that up. We could do that at 7:20
Yeah,
if 7:20 if he wants, because there's no
Okay.
Pelka today.
Okay.
I'll write it down here.
Oh.
That's why. It's his birthday today. We got to remember that.
Well, even though it will be a day off, but
Yeah, it was your birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to bring it up.
no, yeah, we definitely got to bring it up.
Well, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Tell him that off the air. See, here's what I was thinking. Instead of doing 2 segments with them, we do a long one, pull one segment from it, and podcast the other. Send
Yeah.
people to the podcast
All right.
to get the other.
Yeah.
You know,
They didn't tell me how much time they're expecting.
I would
but
say
we'll-
10 minutes.
We'll see.
I'll
Yeah.
say 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because that's usually how it goes.
Okay.
And any much more than that, man, we'll be hurting.
Yeah.
Try to play it.
Thanks, Eric.
Boom. Yeah, I cut out all the rest because it was too damn long.
Smart.
Hey, I'm sorry, but we only have so much time. Can't even go to a Juneteenth celebration without worrying about getting shot.
It's ridiculous. You can't go anywhere without worrying about getting shot.
Look at that. That is cool.
Yeah.
Wow. No, they're not doing the photo shoot now, are they?
Oh, God.
She's getting ready for it.
They relive it.
Over and it's like Groundhog Day, man.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Stand by. Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, cloudy in the early, partly cloudy in the afternoon. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. And then on Wednesday, rain likely. There's a potential for some flooding rains. Highs right around 80 degrees. It is 79 degrees at Randolph Air Force Base, 79 in Terrell Hills, and 78 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 6:54.
San Antonio's first news. That is Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charlie Parker, we thank him for those for the days. Charity McCurdy taking a couple more days off. She had her birthday over the weekend. She does this for her birthday weekend.
Yeah.
It is some well-earned vacation time, so she'll be back on Wednesday. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon solo today in his retro Fiesta color Spurs logoed hat. He is also directing the live video stream. If you want to join us on the live video stream on YouTube, go to YouTube, look for 1200 WOAI. We are there. There's a live video chat. You can chat with us in real time and chat with other viewers. It's a whole lot of fun. So we will see you in there. In a moment, we'll talk about a record-setting concert Saturday night at Kyle Field at Texas A&M. But first, Mr. T, we've been asking people this morning. You had an experience over the weekend. You wanted to watch one of your favorite movies, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid with Steve Martin, but your significant other did not like that movie.
Yeah, so what you brought up this morning, I thought, why don't we ask our listeners, is there a movie or TV show that you love but your spouse hates? That's what we want to hear on the free iHeartRadio app and the TalkBack feature. Once you get the app, just search 1200 WOAI. You'll see the circle with a microphone in it. You hit it, you got 30 seconds. And what would a TalkBack be without Bell?
Hey, good morning, crew. It's me, Bell. So my spouse doesn't really care for any graphic shows, and man, Sopranos is my go-to. It was when I was overseas. Oh my gosh, I love every freaking second of it. Awesome show, hands down, my go-to. So my spouse needs to get on board right away. Hurry up. Anyway, you have a good one. Bye.
Sopranos was the go-to.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like that one either. I don't know why.
Yeah, if there's violence in it, my wife is not happy.
All right, let's go to the Tab Master.
Good morning, crew. Tab Master here. I'll give you a little hint as to what my spouse doesn't like that I like. So I told her I heard a little something on the radio station this morning, and she replied, "Radio station? What is it?" And I said, "It's a little room where DJs and radio personalities sit, but that's not important right now." Yeah, she hates that stuff. Hey, let's not forget, roosters crow a little too loud and too early in the morning. Y'all have a great day.
Very nice. Very nice. Airplane.
Yes,
an homage to Airplane.
I love it.
Some movies, Airplane, Caddyshack, Stripes, and for me, it's not a comedy, but Field of Dreams, my all-time favorite movie. I could watch those movies again and again and again.
And Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
Love that movie.
Speaking of which,
yes,
streaming recommendation for you. It's called Remembering Gene Wilder. Okay. I believe it's on Netflix. I watched, like you, I watched Bratz, about the Brat Pack.
Yeah.
Was a little disappointed, thought it was a little way overindulgent with Andrew McCarthy. He needs to let it go after 30 years that he was called a Brat Packer. So that one was not so great. But Remembering Gene Wilder.
I love Gene Wilder.
It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. You're going to love it. It's so good.
Now, to me, the Bratz was just a a therapy session with Andrew McCarthy, because that's what it was the entire time.
And he wouldn't stop whining about it for the whole 90
And it was the
minutes.
same thing to everybody you talked about.
Yes.
Everybody you talked to was whining about the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, get over it, Andrew. You've had a good life. You should have been happy to be in the Brad Pack. You made a bunch of movies. You made a bunch of money. We know your name.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. Somebody else who made a lot of money over the weekend, he must have, because he set a record of filling up Kyle Field to the brim. George Strait with a huge concert Saturday night.
Yes, he filled the stadium with 110,905 people, which was the largest ticketed crowd in U.S. history. And here's what he had to say.
What's going on, everybody? I'm ashamed to say this, but this is my first time to ever be in Kyle Field. Damn. Man, I want to whoop so bad. Can I whoop one?
Nice. Now, what's stunning to me about this story, we're doing a story about a concert setting a record, 110,000 people, and the artist is not named Taylor Swift.
I know. Shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked by that. But George, he doesn't tour like Taylor does. He doesn't do a lot of shows. He just shows up every now and then. So if you want to go see him, you got to travel to go see him. So maybe that's why.
I wonder if Taylor Swift got the news about this concert and said, maybe I need to play Kyle Field. Maybe I need to break that record.
Yeah. You'll need a bigger stadium. Definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's just insane. That's a lot of people.
Well, and I love that George Strait is able to do this at this age and at this state of his career. Taylor Swift, 30-something.
Yes.
She's got a much younger audience who will go out and spend a lot of money at concerts. It's very, very cool to see George Strait doing this.
Yeah, and look, if you've never seen George Strait, it's one hell of a show. It really is a great show, even if you're not a big country fan, which I'm okay with real country, which I think George is.
Yes.
Great show.
Outstanding. Hopefully, he's got to keep on putting on shows if he can still do that. All right, tell you what, coming up at 7:10 in a segment we call Wait Till You Hear This, we'll hear from former President Donald Trump and his weekend rally in Detroit. But right now, Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy with all the big stories you need to know about on this Monday morning. WOAI News Time is 7 o'clock. Woo! Woohoo! Wow, okay.
Huh. Okay.
I'm going to take a little break. I shall return. The Peeps. Woo! Woohoo! Thank you, Eric. Tommy Miller, Connie, Sleepy. Welcome in, everybody. 18, the current number. I'll grab some more water. Our retired LA Sheriff's deputy missing.
Yeah, I saw that.
How long is this?
Minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Connie said, I recently watched the 2014 movie The Judge with Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall. It was really good.
Yeah, it was.
But
I
no
like that.
action movie. Yeah, I've seen that. It was
Yeah,
very
it's
good
good.
too. I would agree with that. Jonathan Sanchez, welcome in. Good morning.
Good morning, Jonathan.
19. The Peeps currently in our live stream. Welcome in.
Interesting. I got this in your. It's in your stack there. How they will feed the 15,000 athletes at the Summer Olympics.
Okay.
They're gonna have a grilled cheese station, dude. A salad bar, a grill, a cheese station, bakery. Wow, all kinds of stuff. No French fries though. Okay. Oh crap. Ugh. Huh. Wow.
At 40, you want to stay with weather there?
Sure.
Okay.
Talk about our weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Agree.
we're gonna get some rain, man.
Okay.
And anytime you can have rain, it's always a good thing. Do. Here we go. Oh, after this. Sorry. Okay.
San Antonio's first news on Monday, June 17th. Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charity McCurdy taking a couple of days off after her birthday over the weekend. She'll be back on Wednesday. Our thanks to Charlie Parker for those were the days. Lots to talk about in this hour, including the Surgeon General wants a warning label on all social media for kids. We'll talk about the weather. Looks like it's going to get very, very wet around here, especially Wednesday and Thursday. And coming right up on a segment we call Wait Till You Hear This, we'll hear highlights from former President Donald Trump's rally in Detroit over the weekend. But first, let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies early, partly cloudy in the afternoon. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Highs in mid to upper 90s. Then on Wednesday, rain. There's a potential for some flooding rains. Highs 80. It is 78 degrees in New Braunfels, 79 at downtown at the Alamo, and 77 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time 7:11.
San Antonio's first news. We are streaming live video on YouTube. Go to YouTube and look for 1200 WOAI. I noticed Steve DeRocco, the original Rock, has just jumped in there and he's accusing me of wearing a pimp hat this morning.
No feather.
A pimp hat.
You
There's
need a
no
feather.
feather in my hat. This
You
is
need a
not
feather.
I see this more as a fedora.
Andrew, can you find a feather for his hat,
Although
please?
not a
Thank you.
Tom Landry fedora. Someday I'm going to get me a Tom Landry fedora.
I have one.
And we should have fedora Thursdays or something.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
We'll wear our fedoras. By the way, scheduled on tomorrow's show, Mr. Barry Manilow.
Now, we wanted to get him on today, but it's his birthday and he's out having a good time.
God knows what he's doing today. But
yeah,
he's coming to San Antonio to the Frost Bank Center on August 15th, and he's doing some very, very cool things, perhaps for some local high school
That would be
music
cool.
teachers
Yes.
and music students. Barry Manilow on the show tomorrow. But right now, we do it every weekday. We span the globe to bring you the constant variety of audio in a segment we call Wait Till You Hear This. And Mr. T, seems there was a rally in Detroit over the weekend.
There was with former President Donald Trump. So here is today's Wait Till You Hear This.
All this money into the Green New scam. It's a scam, one of the greatest scams in history. Although I think Zelensky is maybe the greatest salesman of any politician that's ever lived. Every time he comes to our country, he walks away with $60 billion. And I like him. You know, on the impeachment hoax #1, he was very good. He said, no, the president didn't threaten me at all. He could have been a grandstander and said, I was threatened, right, Matt? He could have said, I was threatened. So I like him. But he's the greatest salesman of all time. He walks in. So now here's the beauty. He just left 4 days ago with $60 billion, and he gets home and he announces that he needs another $60 billion, else it never ends. It never ends. I will have that settled prior to taking the White House as president-elect. I will have that settled.
And we have heard, and by the way, that's former President Donald Trump speaking at a rally in Detroit over the weekend. Mr. T, we have heard former President Donald Trump saying he can end and will end the war between Ukraine and Russia in 1 day.
In 1 day, Chris, 1 day, which if he can do it, let's get it done.
Yes.
I mean, I'm all for it. Let's end the war.
Now, you listen to the subtext of what he's saying there about Ukrainian President Zelensky, certainly led by former President Donald Trump. If he retakes office January 20th, his policy toward Ukraine looks to be dramatically different than President Joe Biden.
Yes, definitely. Hey, look, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We've been talking about this for a long time. We're living in history.
Mhm.
We're living in history right now. And what happens on election day or the day after, we don't know yet.
Yeah, and, we were talking earlier with White House correspondent John Decker about the rules for the upcoming debate now 10 days away in Atlanta on CNN on June 27th. And the fact that the microphone of the other candidate will be off when each candidate is speaking during their allotted time. I think that benefits Biden in a big way because Trump is a very good disruptor during debates. He can throw you off and disrupt you. But the other thing that occurs to me, even though Trump's mic will be off,
you'll still be able to hear him.
And I think he can still disrupt Joe Biden.
Sure. And I think you will hear that.
Yeah.
I really do. And whether his mic is on or not, that's why I don't understand. I want to know whose job it will be to sit there and mute mics because watch out, they're going to get audited. Next year.
Yeah.
Right away.
Well, yes. And the moderators of that debate, Jake Tapper and Dana Bash of CNN, it's going to be interesting if indeed there's disruption going on from either candidate.
How are they going to handle it? Yes.
Yeah. Are they going to chastise either or both
That's
candidates?
Going to be interesting. It's must-see TV for me.
10 days from now, Thursday, the 27th of June, will be that first presidential debate. Coming up, Mike Opelka is on assignment. We expect to have him back tomorrow, but we've got a story. The Surgeon General wants a warning label on all social media for kids. We'll dive into that and a whole lot more coming right up. WOAI News Time 7:16.
Okay. So what would the warning say?
Good question.
Using this could cause stupidity? And he demands a warning label. Not just wants one, he demands one.
He's not asking.
No, he's demanding.
He's so demanding.
He is.
Started with a free testosterone level check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777 or visit revivemenshealth.com. And the staff at Revive Men's Health San Antonio could not be nicer. Dr. Jones
Okay.
answer any questions that you have. Once again, for limited time only, Revive is offering a exclusive offer to my listeners. Qualified patients get up to $150 off their treatment. You mentioned this ad. Plus, it's free to get started with a free testosterone level check and exam. 210-615-7777.
24. Currently viewing us.
Oh,
Good
nice.
morning, everybody.
Hello, 24 of you. We're going to have about 2 minutes here. Do you want to talk Texas or U.S. Open?
Sure.
I can tell you what happened.
Okay.
Stand by.
Okay.
God, look at her. Wow.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together. Now, yesterday, Mr. T, I was watching the UFL championship game as the San Antonio Brahmas scored 0. And the Birmingham Stallions won the championship 25-0 over the Brahmas. Now, you were sampling a little bit of that, but you were watching a lot of the exciting down-to-the-wire U.S. Open finish.
Yeah, it goes back to when my dad was around. That was his favorite thing to do on Father's Day was watch the final round of the U.S. Open, which happens every Father's Day. And I tuned in just in time to see Rory McIlroy choke it away.
Oh,
Last 3 holes, he missed 2 4-foot putts in the last 3 holes, which if he'd have made the last one on the 18th, it could have caused a playoff because, Bryson DeChambeau was right behind him and actually hit a bad shot off the tee and ended up parring. So had he hit this par putt, it would have been a playoff, but he missed it. And then he left without talking to the media. Rory did.
Oh, now that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous because I remember when Greg Norman choked away an 8-stroke lead in the last round of the Masters, he stood there on the course and answered questions afterwards.
As you should.
Yes.
As you should. Congratulations, Bryson DeChambeau.
The Texan, by the way.
Your 2024 U.S. Open champion. Coming up, should there be a warning label on social media for kids and for parents of kids? But first, in for Charity McCurdy, Brian Gann, what stories are you following?
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, cloudy in the morning, partly cloudy in the afternoon. A stray shower or thunderstorm possible. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Wednesday, rain, potential for some flooding rains. Highs 80. It is 78 degrees in New Braunfels, 79 at Lackland Air Force Base, and 78 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 721.
San Antonio's first news. Normally, at this time, we check in with Mike Opelka from the Pure Opelka podcast, but he is a man in demand this morning. He is on assignment. He is expected to be back tomorrow and the rest of the week, so we will get Mike Opelka back starting tomorrow. He is brought to us by Randy Adams Incorporated, as is this segment. And Mr. T, there is an op-ed in this morning's New York Times. It is written by Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy, and he says that the threat that social media poses to children requires urgent action, and he's not asking, he is demanding that Congress put a label on social media apps the same way it does cigarettes and alcohol about the mental health dangers it can cause to children.
I just don't understand what this is going to do. I mean, it's the parents' job to control what their kids are doing on social media and have an idea of what they're doing on social media and maybe limiting their time, because that's one of his biggest complaints is the amount of time that kids spend on social media is damaging to them. But that's a parent's thing. And let me ask you this. Do you know what the warning label on alcohol says?
I can't say it verbatim.
I can't remember ever reading it.
I've seen before causes birth defects among pregnant women, stuff like that.
Yeah, I never read those warning labels.
It impairs your ability to operate heavy machinery.
Which if you drink beer, you know.
Yeah. Well, but, and I agree with you. I fully agree with personal responsibility, and in this case, parental responsibility. But in doing this, this raises awareness about the dangers of social media. And, here he is demanding that Congress put these warning labels. And because of that demand, here we are talking about it on this morning's program.
Which is a good thing to talk about, because I think social media amongst the young people is out of control at times. Some people just can't stop themselves.
Yes.
They start and they just can't stop.
Well, and teens spend nearly 5 hours a day on social media apps, according to a Gallup poll. And so much, A, there's so much disinformation on them. B, there's so much sexuality. And, at what point, and again, as a parent, you want to have some control over how much adult content your children are exposed to at whatever age they are, whether they're 13 whether they're 15. And if they're still living in your house at age 17, well, I'm sure a lot of 17-year-olds and even 13-year-olds know a whole lot more than we did at that age.
Oh, gosh,
but
yes.
You still, but some of it, and I'm sure you scrolling through social media, see, some of it is so graphic.
Oh, gosh,
it's a little bit jarring, and I don't know that these are images that a 13 to 17-year-old or even younger should be seeing.
And I think part of the issue and part of the problem may be that if you're a parent, no, my kid's not doing that. That's everybody else's kids. Yeah. It's never your kid that is doing something like that. It's always somebody else's, but you might be surprised.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Not to mention TikToks of kids eating Tide Pods.
Oh, yeah.
And all this other weird crap that's going on.
There is a lot of weird crap.
Yes. Well,
that's for sure.
And again, when it's something like that can be life-threatening to kids, I really think that's where social media companies, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, whatever it is, when you are allowing content out there that could be fatal to kids who do something they see on social media, I think that's very, very troubling and perhaps should be regulated.
Yeah, let's not get into the live streaming of the violence that we've seen over the years, too.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah. All right. Tell you what, Brian Gann is in for Charity McCurdy. He's got all the big stories you need to know about on this Monday morning. And then coming up at 7:40, the weather outside may get frightening by Wednesday and Thursday. We'll talk about the changes in our weather that are coming our way within the next 24 to 48 hours. WOAI News Time, 7:25.
I don't think you
Did you
like
give you
that. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everybody online, on YouTube. Woo-hoo-hoo. Get any talkbacks?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I do. So now Kemper sending an email, wanting to know where her tickets are.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, promotions.
And nobody is reaching
Did you
out.
send that? You did send that thing
Yes.
last week.
Yes, we did.
And you replied?
Andrew sent it. Yeah, just from Terry. Thanks. All right, I'm sitting on 4.
25-0. I just saw it was 22-0 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
God. Tom Brady. 90 years combined coaching Bum Phillips and Wade Phillips and no championships. 90 seasons combined.
That's amazing.
Jesus.
I love this one. I love to watch Blazing Saddles, and my wife hates it.
Oh, man, I love Blazing Saddles.
So
Who
do
said
I.
that?
Don't know his name.
Watch
Alan.
Alan, watch the. Is that on YouTube or is
No,
that,
it's TalkBack.
okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Online though, I watched the Gene Wilder.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Yeah.
There's some Blazing Saddles in it.
Oh,
remembering as the Frisco Kid, remembering Gene
When I
Wilder
shoot
on
with his
Netflix.
hand.
Yes.
Look at that. When I shoot with his hand. Great movie, man. Great movie. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think they could remake that movie today?
No.
If they did, it would be horrible.
It would be horrible.
It would be horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it still stands up. I mean, I love
totally.
that movie. I love that movie.
It's a parody of the old West.
It is a
Western.
parody of society, man.
And Cleavon Little was hilarious. And you kind of, in a weird way, because it is so jarring and it was okay at the time, you're allowed to use the N-word in the movie.
Yeah.
And the scenes where they used it,
It
like when
was-
he's riding up
yeah.
instead of our new sheriff.
Yeah.
It's so jarring. You get
But
the
it was
impact of the word.
brilliantly done, though.
Yeah.
Brilliantly done.
Yes.
It was great.
Totally agree. Yeah, Travis, we agree with you on both counts. Blazing Saddles is a classic, and it could never be made today. See if my coffee is still hot. My gigantic strato tanker of coffee. I bring my own coffee in. Not that I'm a coffee elitist, but once here the coffee tasted like soap. Homie can't play that. Thank you, Connie Chambers. That hat reminds me of Al Capone and the movies about gangsters. I'll take that, Connie. Earlier, Steve Duraco said it was a pimp hat.
No feather.
No feather. Just call me Rooster. Oh, we already have a rooster.
Or
So never
Huggy
mind.
Bear.
Yeah, Huggy Bear.
Ay.
We'll talk a little weather here.
Weather.
Yeah, Sleepy, I agree with you. Mel Brooks in general. I mean,
God.
Blazing Saddles certainly
Blazing
was
Saddle.
spectacular, but
Young Frankenstein.
yeah,
Frankenstein.
the
sorry,
producers.
Frankenstein.
Well,
The
and they talk
producers.
about in the Gene Wilder documentary, he was in a play on Broadway, just a bit performer, but the lead actress was Anne Bancroft.
Oh, there you go.
So she was
There you go.
she was with, so Mel Brooks was coming to watch her, and he was writing the screenplay Springtime for Hitler,
Oh,
which became
came
the
the
producers. And the mild-mannered accountant, she said, I think this guy, Gene Wilder, is the right guy for that role. So Gene Wilder says if that happenstance
didn't
didn't happen,
He might
he'd
not
have
have.
he'd have been a supporting bit player on Broadway the
He
rest of
was
his life.
just so damn
Yeah.
funny, though. And I loved him with Richard Pryor. Every movie they did together was great.
Yes.
Great.
They show a lot of that. Silver Streak was tremendous.
Silver Streak was fantastic, man. Fantastic. And Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen those movies in a long time. I'll watch Silver Streak again. I love that movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
Joe
you'll want to.
Clayburgh.
You watch this documentary, you'll
I'll
want
watch
to go back
that
and
first.
watch those.
Yes. As long as it's better than Bratz.
Infinitely better than Bratz.
God, it was bad.
Infinitely.
Amen to that, Tim. Definitely cinematic gold.
Yep, totally agree. Wow, Eric emailed us a photo of himself in the same hat.
No way.
Now, I didn't get that, Eric. I guess you.
Here, I got it. Okay, kind of. Look, when he was a kid. Look.
You wore it better than I did, Eric.
Nice hat, man. Nice hat.
Glasses.
Nice hat. Never seen it.
Eric says that was only 55 plus years ago, pre-AARP. Potential record highs today in Detroit, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Buffalo, Binghamton. Ah, there it is.
So it's not going to happen. That's what you're
Exactly.
saying. So what you're saying is it's not going to happen.
Because he is a Democrat-appointed Surgeon General, and Congress won't do anything he asks.
Nope.
And if the Republican does that, if Trump is elected, same thing.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's a nice idea and everything, but
I don't know how she does it.
every day she looks better.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Oh.
We're going to talk a little bit of weather coming up here.
Weather. Thanks. News at the top. Thanks, news at the top. Together. There it is, too. Look at that. Wow. Amazing.
San Antonio's First News streaming live video on YouTube. Go to YouTube and look for 1200 WOAI. You'll find us there. There's a live video chat. You can chat with us in real time along with other viewers. He's Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charity McCurdy taking a couple of days off after her weekend birthday celebration. Brian Gann is in for her. And Mr. T, we've been talking about it. The weather will take a turn, certainly by Wednesday here in South Texas. A tropical depression or storm is likely to form midweek in the southwest Gulf of Mexico. That's the portion of the Gulf of Mexico that is down around Mexico. The system is expected to slowly move west toward Mexico or into South Texas, perhaps bringing flooding rain, coastal flooding, gusty winds, high surf, and rip currents that can affect the western Gulf Coast of the U.S., especially in Texas, flooding rain is also likely in parts of Mexico and Central America.
Yeah, and this would be Alberto if it turns into a tropical storm out in the Gulf. That's what the name would be.
Yes.
And look, it's going to give us some rain. Wednesday and Thursday are your best chances, and depending on where you're looking, there's 1 to 2 inches. I've seen as many as 3 inches on Wednesday. Thursday is still going to rain, but not as heavy as it will on Wednesday, according to the forecast.
And I'm looking at that extended Weather Channel forecast for San Antonio and South Texas. Rain chance on Wednesday, 100%.
You hardly ever get that one, do you?
Yeah, usually they hedge a little bit.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday, they're saying 96% chance of rain on Thursday. Thunderstorms, 96% chance.
Thunderstorms, yes. And then it goes down to 55 on Friday, and then about 40 on Saturday, and then down to 15 on Sunday. But look, we need the rain. We are definitely in a deficit of the rain, and get as much as we can while we can without flooding or any injuries.
Well, and that's what you worry about in a situation like this. If indeed this turns into a tropical storm, depending on how fast it moves or if it hovers over a specific area, that's where you can get the flooding. That's where you can get the large volume of rainfall that will cause the flooding.
Yeah, and that's what they're saying on Wednesday. There is a potential for flooding range, which means if it gets the 3 inches that some meteorologists are forecasting, there's no place for it to go once you get saturated, so it's going to start flooding. It flash floods in San Antonio if too many people wash their car on the same day. So yes, it can happen.
You know, we did a story a number of weeks ago. NOAA is predicting a more intense than normal hurricane season. You mentioned this would be storm number A. If indeed it forms, it would be called Alberto. This could be just the first of many tropical storms and hurricanes that could batter the U.S. coast between now and maybe even as late as October, November.
And if you think about last year's hurricane season, not to mention the floods that we saw last year and all over the country, not just in the coastal areas, but all over the country, these natural disasters are costing the American people a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, look, insurance companies are turning down people for flood insurance in places where it floods.
True.
It's just unbelievable.
You know, and there's another story this week, and this is mainly happening around the Northeast.
Yes.
Of record-setting heat. Today, tomorrow, the next day, you know, cities like Indianapolis, Cincinnati, even Buffalo, New York, going to have record-setting heat. And even though that's not the tropics and the Gulf of Mexico, Mr. T, what we're seeing, though, is record heat across the country and around the world. And certainly that heat is happening in the Atlantic Ocean and in the Gulf of Mexico. And the more that water heats up, the more the possibility or even probability for these big storms that can become big hurricanes.
And go back to the record-setting heat that's happening in the Northeast. They're not prepared for 100-degree temperatures. Like we're going to go, it's just 100? Yeah. There it's 100. It's a natural disaster to them.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're not prepared.
And there, I mean, little things that while, yes, it's still a problem in South Texas, when your car gets so hot, it's deadly if you leave an animal or a child in the car. In Buffalo, New York, where they could get to 100 degrees this week, they don't think about that as often. They're not warned about that as often as we are.
No, not at all. And yet they deal with the, 80 below. Yeah. We could never handle that.
No, nor would we
no
want
way.
to. Yeah. All right.
No way.
Coming up, lots to talk about, including streaming, movies, and television. What are some of the shows that you really, really love, but your spouse doesn't want to watch those? We're getting your talkbacks on the free iHeartRadio app. It's free. You download it. You press the talkback button. It looks like a microphone. You got 30 seconds to talk to us. We'll hear from you coming up and a whole lot more. Brian Gann will get you caught up on all the headlines, traffic, and weather in just a flash. WOAI News Time, 7:45. Social
media warning label would be a good talk back for tomorrow. You guys
what should be on it?
Possibly, yeah.
Because then that's next Tuesday, and then Wednesday we have to do Windy Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. The only other one that I brought up.
Yeah, which I like that one too.
Trump is moving closer to picking a candidate.
Well, there's Thursday.
I know we did it before, but it could be news driven now.
Well, there's Thursday if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Or we may move this to move the warning to Thursday.
Well, I think if we do warning, we should do it tomorrow
Well,
and keep it as close to
yeah.
when the news broke as possible, which I think is a good one. Yeah. Okay.
And then race staging on Wednesday and Thursday. Or
Just Wednesday.
You saw I forwarded that Kemper email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you send it to Brittany? What the hell, man? All we need is an email to these people telling them, hey, they're coming. But to just ignore them is not good.
Agree. Totally
If
agree.
that's the case, I don't want to give anything else away. I honestly don't. I don't. I don't want to do it because it's making us look bad. And I'm sorry, but no. If they're not going to care, then I say no to all of them. Period. I know that's probably not popular, but geez, man. Scratch that. I have 5.
Wow.
I missed one. I'm sorry.
Cool.
And they're all pretty good. Except for the guy that misses Charity. Says it 3 times. Miss you, Charity. Miss you, Charity. Hey, Charity, I miss you. I think he misses Charity. I'm just saying. Look at that, man. That's insane. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Tailgating outside. Love it.
You want me to just throw right to Brian to give us more
Sure.
time? Tropical rainfall midweek, heavy rain possible.
Yep. Stand by.
Okay. Just ahead of headlines, traffic and weather together. And then we hear from you, the people. Speak out. What do you like to watch? Movies, television, streaming, but your spouse doesn't like it. A rift in the family, a rift in the family unit. We'll explore that coming up. But first, in for Charity McCurdy, Brian Gann. What stories are you following?
Partly sunny, partly cloudy today, highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy early, then partly cloudy in the afternoon. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, highs in the mid to upper 90s. Then on Wednesday, rain. There's a potential for some flooding rains, highs 80 degrees. 79 degrees in Alamo Heights, 79 degrees in Terrell Hills, and 78 here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 7:52.
San Antonio's first news, that is Mr. T. Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon and directing the live video stream on YouTube. You can jump in there, look for 1200 WOAI on YouTube. Among the features is a live video chat. You can chat in real time with us and with other viewers. Charity McCurdy taking today and tomorrow off, extending her weekend birthday celebration. And Mr. T, you told us early in the show over this past weekend, you wanted to watch one of your favorite movies on streaming, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, starring Steve Martin. You were all excited, but your wife said, I hate that
I don't
movie.
like this movie at
I don't
all.
wanna watch
So
that.
to save, the rift in the family unit, I said, okay, we won't watch it.
See, you should have stuck to your guns. And see, this is the beauty, multiple televisions in the
I know,
house.
yeah, but I have to go
Honey,
upstairs.
You
yeah.
can watch your chick flick.
Upstairs.
I'm going to go watch Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Yeah, and I said, if you give it a chance, honey, it's a great movie. Don't know why she won't even give it a chance. I know. So that leads to the question we're asking today on the iHeartRadio app and the TalkBack feature. What's the movie or TV show that you love but your spouse hates? Let's go to the people, Chris.
Let's do it.
Here's the first one.
Hey guys, this is Nick. Been married 12 years. It took 9 of those years to get my wife to watch The Office with me. She now is a super fan, just like me. We've memorized episodes and lines. However, I'm still getting her to watch anything with Will Ferrell movies. So I love Talladega Nights. She can't stand Will Ferrell, so that would be a good one that I can add to this. You guys have a great day.
First of all, I love Will Ferrell.
Yes.
But what I love about that from Nick,
Yes.
Mr. T, a victory story.
Yes.
He got her to watch The Office. She finally watched it, and now she loves it.
Yeah, see?
See,
If you
ladies,
just go with an open mind,
listen to your
give
man.
it a try.
Stand by your man.
See, look, I've watched, I don't know how many Hallmark movies that I don't like, but I've watched them
Yes,
because I'm that kind of guy.
you're a giver.
All
You're
right,
a giver.
let's go up to New Braunfels.
Good morning, First News friends. This is Big Daddy Chris from New Braunfels. I think the question should be, are there any movies that I like to watch that my wife likes to watch too? Because it seems like she doesn't like anything I like to watch. But I think the one that irritates her the most is Scarface. She doesn't like Tony Montana, and she don't want to. She make me the bad guy. Do you know what I mean, man? So you guys have a good day.
Yeah, that's the problem in my household. If there's violence involved,
Yes.
I've been trying to get my wife to watch Breaking Bad for years.
Great show.
She will not do it. I think she tried once and got through like 11 minutes of Breaking
Well, at
Bad.
least she
and-
tried.
Yeah, she tried.
At
And then
least she tried.
never tried again.
All right, here's another one. Let's go up to Austin.
Good morning, guys. Joey in Austin. The one show that my girlfriend absolutely hates, but I just adore, is The Boys. If you know, then you know. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I like that. I like that.
Very
All right,
nice.
we got time for another one. Here's another one.
Gene, I love to watch Blazing Saddles, and my wife hates it.
Wow. Okay,
Now,
that's sad.
I do want to underscore this, though, since he brought up Blazing Saddles by Mel Brooks. We did watch, and I brought this up earlier, but I highly recommend it. It's a documentary called Remembering Gene Wilder, and there's a lot. I think it's on Netflix. There's a lot of Mel Brooks in it, a lot of Blazing Saddles. There's a lot of the buddy pictures with Richard Pryor
See,
in it.
and he was such a funny guy. Gene
Yes.
Wilder was so funny.
Yes.
Just so
And
funny.
then there's this he has the relationship with Gilda
Yes,
Radner.
yes.
And Gilda Radner has ovarian
Is that the
cancer.
part that makes you cry? 'Cause,
The Gene Wilder, Remembering Gene Wilder will make you laugh and make you cry, but you'll be glad you saw it.
Isn't that all you really want?
Yeah.
In something,
Move
something.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Move me.
me.
Yes.
Move me. All right, we got time for one more.
Morning, guys. Great show. Miss you, Charity. The one movie or movies that my wife doesn't like watching with me will be the high-flying, ass-kicking, kung fu karate movies. Like the best kind. Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. She despises them. Anyways, I'll watch them on my own time during lunch at work. All right, guys. Have a blessed day. Miss you, Charity.
I think he misses Charity. What do you think?
He might just miss Charity.
I'm thinking that's what it
the
is.
high-flying, ass-kicking kung fu movies. I think that's a good description of them.
It is a really good description. I love the fact that he's watching them at lunch at work. I love that. I love that.
Nothing like lunch and a kung fu movie.
Hey, what the bad thing is, 5 minutes later, you want to watch another one.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
just how it goes.
Coming up, national correspondent Aaron Real on a Senate Democrat plan to tax major corporations and wealthy investors more in this booming stock market economy. We'll get into that and a whole lot more. Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy with all the big stories you need to know about on this Monday morning, WOAI News Time, 7:57.
Here it is again.
The league needs to step in.
They really do.
What if they injure her for a year or career-ending injury?
Career-ending, yes. Could happen, man.
One more hour, and then I'm going to go on a taco run.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to go. But I think it's going to be Cabana.
Okay.
Because I prefer Palenque, but they take longer.
Yeah.
They're so I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk into Taco Cabana, get a dozen breakfast tacos
and margaritas
and
to
an
go.
assortment.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
should
I'm
do
kidding.
that.
I'm kidding. No.
Early Taco Tuesday. Thank you, Eric.
Yes.
Yeah. See, we got to be here. Supposedly, Barry Manilow will be calling us at 11:30. So we got 2.5 hours to kill, and we need to eat breakfast. So I'm going to go get breakfast tacos.
Oh, speaking of which, I got to go call and cancel my oil change for today.
Oh, crap. Okay.
That's all right. No, they can do it Wednesday. Gives me a reason to get out of here
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Stallions beat the Brahmas 25-0 in the UFL championship game. Oh, well. Yeah, I prefer Taco Palenque. I love Taco Palenque. And first of all, I never met a taco I didn't like. But Taco Palenque, it takes a long time, longer than I think it should. And I guess good things come to those who wait. But I just don't like to wait that long. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. Choose quality. I mean, because we got 2.5 hours to kill. So maybe we'll do that. NBA Finals resume tonight in Boston. Boston trying to close out the series. They are up 3-1 over the Dallas Mavericks. Celtics should win, obviously, because they are at home. But you never know. And if Dallas somehow pulls out a win, then we're 3-2 and going back to Dallas. And anything's possible at that point. I'll be back. TV went off.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Ay.
The long shot. Eric is surprised the Celtics didn't finish it off in 4.
You know what? Here's the thing about that too. If you followed the hockey was the same way.
Really?
Because Edmonton won the game 4, 8-1, which is the equivalent of winning by like 60 points in the NBA, which is kind of what the Mavericks did. Which
and I did see total points scored in the NBA Finals. Mavericks have now scored more points than the Celtics in those 4 games combined. Yeah,
and
crazy.
If you noticed in Game 3, there in the fourth quarter before Doncic fouled out, they were actually making a move on Boston. So maybe they figured something out. Whether they can keep it up, I don't know.
Just win this one, you come back to Dallas, and you got to
which I think. Yeah, I just don't see it happen. To be honest with you, I think Boston closes it out tonight, and gets it over and done with.
Yeah.
I have 2 that we can do at 8:20.
Excellent.
You remember Pags?
I wrote down G7. I think I'm going to play him.
Here, I got it right here.
Okay.
Back on.
Thanks.
Yep, San Antonio on alert for tropical weather. Here we go. Oh, close to AJ. Oh, already. Man, I just called them and they've already sent me an email telling me, all right, your appointment's now on Wednesday. Hello, people. Come on. Okay. Still waiting on Aaron, by the way.
Okay. So what are you thinking on Barry tomorrow? Either 7:10 and 8:40?
7:10 for sure.
Okay.
It might be one of those things where we send everybody to the podcast.
Yeah, I'd like to play it twice. I mean,
I'd say we play it at 5:40 and 7:10.
If we get it.
For the people that are early, let's do it at 5:40.
Sure.
And then at 7:10, and then if we get a chance, maybe 8:40 again.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think we should give the people that tune in early
a
chance to check them out.
Oh, hell
you
yeah.
know? Hell, if we could play it once an hour. Oh, and then, of course, ow. Sorry about that, Eric. I hate when leaks happen. Hey, but they did finish trimming my trees on Friday. Oh, she's calling in right now.
Beautiful.
Aaron's ready.
Cool. San Antonio's first news. Charity McCurdy taking a couple of more days off. She had a birthday over the weekend. She's extending the weekend as she has every right and has earned the right to do. Mr. T, Tim Merriman, I am Chris Duell. Coming up, national correspondent Aaron Real on a Senate Democrat proposal to force corporations and wealthy investors to pay more taxes to pay down the budget deficit. We'll dive into that story coming right up. But first, let's get you caught up on traffic and weather together.
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy early, then partly cloudy in the afternoon. A stray shower or thunderstorm possible. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Wednesday, rain. There is a potential for some flooding rains. Highs 80. It is 78 degrees in New Braunfels, 79 downtown at the Alamo, and 79 right here in Stone Oak. WOEI News Time, 8:10.
San Antonio's first news coming up at 8:20. We'll check in with Joe Pags from the Joe Pags Show. Get a preview of his afternoon show coming this way. 8:20, more of your talkbacks on movies and television shows you love, but your spouse does not. That's always fun. But right now, let's check in with national correspondent Aaron Real. Aaron, the stock market's been soaring, but Senate Democrats would like to see corporations and wealthy investors pay more in taxes. What do we know about this?
Yes, they sure would. So what we're seeing is that Congress is wrestling with this looming decision over trillions in expiring tax breaks. So this is the Trump tax breaks. They're set to expire next year. And without any action from Congress, more than 60% of tax filers are going to see a higher bill next year. So what are they going after? Corporations and the wealthy Americans, you know, the folks who enjoy stock buybacks and capital gains taxes and corporate tax rates and carried interest. This is a big one. We've heard it before. It's basically what private equity, venture capitalists, hedge funds, they're paid in a way that incentivizes them to align their interests with the people whose money they're managing. If the deal goes well, they get a percentage of what happened with that deal. Now, that's nice. That all seems fair. But carried interest is actually considered a return on investment and taxed at a capital gains rate rather than the ordinary income rate. So it's taxed much, much, much less, if at all. Sometimes you get to enjoy a 0% tax rate on that one.
So they want more taxes to take up the budget deficit. Maybe they just shouldn't give so much money away.
Yep, that's another option for sure. And listen, we have balanced the budget before, and you want to know how to infuriate everyone? I'm about to say it. Hold on. Spend less money and raise taxes. There, everyone's furious.
There you go.
Both sides don't get what they want, but it does work. We did it in the 90s. It was successful. It can be done. Now, the full extension of these expiring tax provisions is going to cost us. If we don't raise taxes, there's an estimated $4.6 trillion deficit that's going to present itself over the next decade. We should also really cut spending. Both things need to happen. And you don't want to go after people who make the least amount of money. They have the least amount to pay. But when you have multi-billion-dollar companies that pay 0% tax, perhaps they should pay a little more too. You have to come to a place that's reasonable for all parties.
Yeah, I've always found that crazy, Aaron, that there are those corporations out there that pay zero in taxes when, you know, they're certainly making a lot of money in this economy and in this country. You mentioned, Aaron, the Trump tax breaks expiring, and you mentioned how it affects, wealthy investors. Does that also affect middle income people? Are there tax breaks that if those Trump tax breaks expired, would that affect the average American?
Not really. Now, if you are at the lower end of the upper income bracket, that's where you get hit. You get hit really hard there. Like if you make, say, like $300,000 a year, that's almost a terrible place to sit because you have to spend a tremendous amount of taxes. Now, generally, this won't affect many people making less than $400,000 a year. Biden has called for taxes on the wealthy and corporations, and to help pay for the extension of these expiring tax breaks, he doesn't want to hit anyone who makes under $400,000.
So, are these tax breaks expiring before the election or after?
They are expiring right after for the 2025.
Okay, so they could come back in when Donald Trump wins the presidency. They can come back, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
Now you said when and not if, Mr.
Oh, I'm
T.
sorry. I meant to say when.
Just saying. Caught him on that one, Aaron.
My friend. Yeah.
Great. Always great information from national correspondent Aaron Real. As we roll forward, TV, movies, television series that you love, but your spouse, not so much. Your talkback's coming up. WOAI News Time, 8:15.
Okay. I did that just for Tracy, by the way.
Very nice.
I did. And then I went ahead and said it again.
Yeah.
Just for Tracy.
Very nice.
Because I knew he was listening. All right, talk back. Make sure we still got the numbers here.
Okay, GS, I don't understand that. Guess you can join in progress the news on the half hours. That would be great.
No, we can't. Sorry, but no.
Bummer. I do want to do a talk back sometime on, I love the term bummer. Bummer.
Oh, you
I
know
want to
what?
bring terms we should bring back. I want to bring
Cool.
back ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin.
My grandmother called me a ragamuffin.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yes.
Those words just don't get used
Yeah.
enough. Maybe Friday.
Hootenanny. Let's have a hootenanny.
Ooh, hootenanny.
Yeah. Daddy-o. Hey, Daddy-o.
Yeah, Daddy-o, I can, I can live without that one. That's a good one for a Friday. A fun day.
Yeah. What words or terms do you want to? 23 skidoo. There you go. 20. I remember when Bob Dole was running for president. Conan O'Brien would go 23 skidoo. He'd use all these
Oh, my God.
1930s terms.
You know what I think should come back? Groovy.
Groovy.
I always liked groovy.
Groovy is cool. Far out. I like far out.
John Denver.
Far
everybody.
out.
Far out, man. There's a good one. I like that. It's a good one. Friday.
All right.
Huh. Okay. Sounds like somebody hitting a bong is what that sounds like.
It does sound like a bong.
It does. I mean, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. That's what the kids tell me anyway.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, GS. It does, doesn't it?
Dangerous heat wave across the eastern U.S. Watching that on TV right now.
Morning, Kay.
Good morning, Kay.
Oh. Now, what do you want to do after Pags?
Maybe Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is good. Okay.
Yeah. Although I'm open.
Oh, no, I like that one. That's a good one. Caitlin Clark in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
there
the
we go.
finals tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, Tommy. Good
Tommy
morning.
Miller, everybody.
Good morning, Tommy. Okay, that's Tim. Okay.
You want me to go straight to?
Well, what else can we do here, real quick?
We can revisit George Strait.
Okay. 110,000 people, Chris. I don't know about you, but that's a lot. Okay, Grateful Dead had the previous record.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together. Then we're going to hear from you. What are movies or TV shows you love, but your spouse really doesn't like? And how do you handle that in your household? A stunning story, Mr. T. We talked about it earlier this morning, but it bears repeating. A concert-going record set Saturday night at Kyle Field at Texas A&M by an artist filling that stadium, and that artist's name was not Taylor Swift.
It was George Strait, and he set the record for the largest ticketed crowd in U.S. history at 110,905 people.
Wow.
Previous record held by the Grateful Dead at Raceway Park in New Jersey in 1977, 107,019 people.
You know, you think about, okay, who's going to break that record? First, top of mind, Taylor Swift,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
But Rolling Stones, you mentioned the Grateful Dead. I'm a huge fan of the Eagles.
Yes.
For George, I love it. I love this story. For George Strait to set that record at Kyle Field,
which is amazing,
at A&M is amazing to me.
It is amazing. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
And
people.
good for him.
And I've seen videos this morning of people tailgating all day for that show. So can you imagine how much fun that was?
Absolutely. Keep it going, George Strait. Congratulations. Brian Gann in for Charity McCurdy. What stories are you tracking?
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies early, partly cloudy in the afternoon. Stray shower, thunderstorm possible. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Wednesday, rain. Some potential for some flooding rains. Highs right around 80 degrees. It is 78 degrees in New Braunfels, 79 at City Base, and 79 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 8:22.
San Antonio's First News. We are streaming live video on YouTube. Go to 1200 WOAI on YouTube. You know, we were talking about George Strait breaking the North American record over the weekend. 110,000 fans ticketed at Kyle Field. Fabian Rio says that's easy to break for Bad Bunny.
Yeah, that's true.
Bad Bunny
That's true.
got a huge following.
That is true. That is true.
How about
Bad Bunny.
George Strait and Bad Bunny on stage
now there's
together?
a mashup.
Take that.
There's a
Take that,
mashup
Taylor
just waiting to
Swift.
happen.
Yeah. Taylor saying, hold my beer. All right. We've been talking. Mr. T said earlier this morning, over the weekend, he wanted to see Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid on streaming with
Yes.
Steve Martin, a classic, and the wifey said no.
She says, no, I don't like that movie, which brought up the question, what movies or TV shows do you like that your spouse does not like? And we're asking you on that free iHeartRadio app on the TalkBack feature. If you don't have the app, get it. It's free. Once you get it, search 1200 WOAI. You'll see a circle with a microphone in it. You hit it. You got 30 seconds. Let's go to the people, Chris.
Woo!
Oh, hands down, one show. I have to hand it to my wife. She likes a lot of blood and guts probably more than I do. And those kind of stupid superhero movies, I don't like them. But that's not what your question is it? The question is, what she don't like is 2.5 Men. And I love it, and I watch it almost every day.
I love 2.5 Men. Very, very funny. Charlie Sheen's hilarious.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I like John Cryer in that show too, man. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, the whole ensemble is perfect.
All right, we got time for another one. Here's another one.
Good morning. The things I watch my wife hates are things like World War II in color, engineering disasters, air disasters, and that kind of ilk. And the stuff she watches that I hate are things like Murder, She Wrote, the Hallmark mysteries, and then those Hallmark movies where there's only 7 different plots to the point that I've numbered them. I go by and look at it for like 10 seconds. Oh, that's a ski resort one. That's a number 6.
Ski resort is number
I'm telling
6.
you, man.
Yes.
He's got it because there is very few variances of the Hallmark movies. They're all pretty much the same, and they're always, especially around Christmas. Their Christmas movies are all the same. Somebody doesn't have the spirit of Christmas, goes to a town where the Christmas is big there. They rediscover the Christmas spirit and fall in love. And that's every single one of them.
And the whole town sings a Christmas carol
at the end. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. All right, so I've got a question for you.
Yes.
You watch stuff with your wife. Is there ever a time where you watch something without her and you go to watch it and you say, I've already seen it? She goes, why?
What I did, the most recent one, I didn't get a why, but when the Beatles Let It Be remastered dropped, I couldn't wait. As soon as we got off work, I sped home to watch. So then that night she goes, well, what are we going to watch? I said, well, anything you want. She goes, well, let's watch Let It Be. And I said, I watched it earlier tonight. I said, but we can watch it again because I love it. She goes, oh, no, we're good.
That happens
we'll
a
watch
lot.
Else.
I'll watch it again. Oh, no, that's okay. You've already seen it. No, I'll watch it again.
Yes.
I had every intention of watching it again.
If I love something,
I'll watch it again.
I'll watch it a lot.
Yeah.
Caddyshack.
Yeah, I've heard people get in fights over this with their spouses. It sometimes lasts for days, man.
We did not get in a fight.
No, and me neither, but it just curious.
It made me feel bad that I jumped the gun on Let It Be and watched it without
would you
her.
have felt better if you'd have lied to her and told her, no, I haven't seen it yet. Let's watch it. Yeah, come on.
I felt like a dirtbag for
Right,
lying
exactly.
to her.
Exactly. You're better off telling the truth anytime.
Amen to that. Coming up, Joe Pags with a preview of the Joe Pags Show. And the WNBA continuing to brutalize Caitlin Clark.
Big time.
And we got an NBA Finals that could wrap up tonight. We'll get into all that coming up. WOAI News Time, 8:26. Woo! Woo! Woohoo! 30 minutes left.
Well, till the end of the show.
Well, yeah. Then we have to eat breakfast tacos and wait for Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, Barry Manilow scheduled to join us after the show because he's on the West Coast. So we're going to record that and play that on tomorrow's show. Barry Manilow coming to San Antonio on August 15th.
Cool.
I think
That you can't smile without you?
Well, yes, that of course.
Looks like we made it.
So if the Celtics get it done tonight, I think we can agree to something from Derek White.
Okay.
Not bad.
They will get it done tonight, by the way. It's over. What were you looking for?
I brought some. I was going to do another. I did Dayquil before I came to work. I'm starting to feel a little more run down again. So I'm going to use some more.
Some whiskey?
Trump is talking tomorrow at 3 p.m. for another rally. So I think Wednesday is the week for the probably in talk.
See you later, Tommy. Have a great day. Uh-oh.
I'll get over it.
Oh, they hate that Barbara Streisand was there. I'm surprised they didn't.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have her highlighted.
Sure. Oh, and he freezes up. Okay. It's like every day now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going outside.
Kay says there's echo. Oh, she's talking to echo. Never mind. Where did I listen? Woohoo! You hear a cricket. Is that cricket in here, Sleepy? That could be the background. Oh, it's in your office. Okay. Thought it was coming from our end. That would not be good. I did see, funny you should bring up crickets. When I walked into the building today, you know how all the crickets kind of show up? There wasn't that influx where you see them all over the ground, but I saw like 7 when I walked in the front door. So this could be the beginning of the big cricket infestation, which happens every year. Still waiting. I hear the cicadas, but we're supposed to have that overwhelming cicada thing happen where there's a 13-year cycle and a 17-year cycle on cicadas, and they're both coalescing for like the first time in 300 years. I'm hearing the cicadas, but I expected there to be thus far a bigger cicada influx, epidemic, overwhelm. Invasion. Okay, so Pags, Caitlin Clark, NBA.
Yep. And you guys are set up for PAGs, right?
Yes. Joe has everything we learned at the G7 summit. Good morning, Joe. Yeah.
See, that's the part I hate, man. Bystanders got shot, Chris.
Yeah, that
Bystanders.
sucks.
Yeah, it does. All right, we got 0 talkback, so we're done with those. Bye. Look at her. Man. Doesn't even look real, does she?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google when the cicada invasion is supposed to peak.
Well, it's not coming here.
Well, it's in the Northeast, but we've got them here. So I mean,
Yeah, we've always got
So
them.
so
Well,
when will it peak?
I think it's getting close.
The 2024 emergence of periodical cicadas, which includes Brood 13
And
of the
17.
17-year cycle and Brood 19 of the 13-year cycle, was expected to peak in May or early June. However, the exact timing of the emergence depends on location and temperature. For example, cicadas in warmer states like South Carolina may have emerged as early as April, while those in cooler states like the upper Midwest may not have emerged until June. Wow, may have already happened.
Yeah.
These two broods have not emerged together since 1803.
It's been like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd.
There's a website called Cicada Mania that sells mugs, shirts, and more. The perfect gift.
Yeah. For all the cicada lovers out there in your
Yeah.
life, man, you want to have, the nice merch for them. There's people eating these things. There's recipes.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
There it is.
Yep.
Whack.
They really just don't like her, do they?
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, here we go. Outkick. We're going to go do it back there?
You tell me, whatever you think.
Back there.
I mean, he's going to call the hotline now.
Yeah, which is back there.
We'll
we can
still
we
go
can get
back
it back
there,
there.
okay.
Yeah. I just need to tell him, don't answer it. Let me answer it. Don't need your fucking answering it, okay? Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to say that.
We'll edit that in post.
Okay. Nice jeans.
Kay says Mr. T put a quarter in the cuss jar.
Quarter? I owe it about $20 by now. I mean, that's what I've heard. Hector. Michael Bort is back.
I saw him. Yes.
Life is almost back to normal.
Yes, almost.
Still think they should have it. Michael Bort with the news.
Yes.
Michael, why are you so bored with the news? San Antonio, Texas. Joe Pags, everybody.
Woohoo! San Antonio's first news, Mr. T, Tim Merriman. I'm Chris Duell. Charity McCurdy extending her birthday weekend. She's taken today and tomorrow off. Our thanks to Charlie Parker for those were the days. Andrew Zimmel flying the Millennium Falcon solo and directing our live video stream on YouTube. Check us out at 1200 WOAI on YouTube. And this afternoon, Joe Pags will have everything we learned at the G7 Summit. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Chris. That's right. The G7 wrapping up. Joe Biden making another deal with Ukraine, another $50 billion guarantee. I guess it's a loan, like they're going to pay us back or something. I don't see how they're going to be paying us back, and I still don't know exactly how the war ends. I don't know what the goal is. I know, beat Russia, Putin bad, but nobody's telling us how it ends or what victory looks like. We've got Jeffrey Adicott, Lieutenant Colonel, who's going to come on and give us the very latest out of Ukraine, between China and Taiwan, and much more. Plus, Carl Higbee, host of Frontline on Newsmax. He'll come on and talk about his new book and a lot more. That's the Joe Pags Show today at 5. News Radio 1200 WOAI. See you then.
See you then, Joe. The Joe Pags Show every weekday right here, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on 1200 WOAI. Well, Mr. T, we've got the NBA Finals tonight. We'll get into that in a sec, but it happened again yesterday. Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever, the rookie phenom out of Iowa. She's headed to the basket. Her nemesis from College Wars out of LSU, Angel Reese, now playing for the Chicago Sky, comes across, whacks her in the head hard as Caitlin Clark's going toward the basket, snapping her head to the left, causing her to tumble to the ground. Down she goes. Originally, it was not called a flagrant foul, but the referees looked at it and decided Angel Reese had a flagrant one on the play.
Yeah, and this seems to be happening more and more to Caitlin Clark. But my problem is with their teammates not stepping up and trying to stop this. You know, if something happened to let's say Tim Duncan got hit with a hard foul like that, you don't think that Manu, Tim, Tony, everybody else would be right there, having his back, so to speak. I haven't seen that.
Or in the case of a rookie, Victor Wembanyama,
exactly.
It's an apt comparison. I think the WNBA is making a huge mistake here. I agree with you, Mr. T. Teammates need to step up and throw down if Caitlin Clark continues to be brutalized. But she is the cash cow now and into the future of the WNBA. These other players, for whatever the reason, some think it's racial reasons, some think it's the fact that Caitlin Clark is straight and another of other WNBA players are not straight. For whatever the reason, they are beating the hell out of her. And if she gets knocked out for the season, or God forbid, has a career-ending injury from one of these flagrant fouls, you're losing out on a lot of money in PR if you're the WNBA.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to do something about this. And what is it going to take? Is it going to take that injury that you're talking about for them to actually step up and do something?
It might.
I'm wondering if this keeps happening because other players are jealous of all the attention she's getting. And this is them like,
attention,
I'll show
money,
you.
Nike contracts, millions of dollars that they're not getting. I think it's all of the above. Meanwhile, tonight in the NBA in Boston, it is game number 5. Celtics lead that series 3-1, and most people expect the Celtics to wrap it up tonight.
I expect them to wrap it up tonight, but there is, look, it's never happened in the NBA. Nobody's ever come back from 3-0 down to win a series in the playoffs. It's never happened. So eventually it's got to happen, right?
But it did happen to the New York Yankees in baseball against the Boston Red Sox once.
Baseball, it's happened. Hockey, it's happened, but it's never happened in the NBA at all. Look, I thought at the end of that game 3, that last quarter before Doncic got fouled out, Dallas had figured something out because they were making a move. Then he goes out. They end up losing that game. And then they came out on Friday. And it wasn't even close, man. They just whooped them.
And what's crazy is if you add up total points scored in the series, even though Boston leads 3-1, Dallas has scored more total points because of that one game than the Celtics.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it's truly amazing.
Yeah, I like excitement. I'm pulling for Dallas tonight. I would extend it, make it go 6, bring it back to Dallas.
I just can't root for Dallas. I'm sorry.
I do it. I can't root for Boston. Although Derek White, former Spur, when he gets his ring, and he may tonight, I will applaud that.
Definitely.
Very, very cool. Lots more coming up. We'll get you caught up on headlines, traffic, weather, and more. WOAI News Time, 8:46.
Okay.
Woohoo!
All right.
Yeah, she doesn't look real.
No, she looks like a
mannequin.
or AI.
Yeah, she does look like AI.
But my God, if that's artificial intelligence, sign me up. Okay. And I guess we can go back there and do the promo too back there.
Okay.
Yeah. Just.
I think we should do 2 if you want to bang him out early.
Yeah, sure.
Do 1, assuming he shows,
and then we'll put him
do another
put him in after we do it.
Yeah.
Or when he shows, put it in.
Yeah.
I got it. That works. Works for me, man.
Cool, man.
Yeah, we're in no hurry, so trust me on that one.
Well, I'm going on a run.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a quick drive, talk to my mom real quick.
Any specific kind of breakfast tacos you're interested in? I'll get an assortment.
Yeah, that's my favorite is the assortment. You don't really need to get a dozen, do you?
3 of us. That would be 4 each. Some people can take some home.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's a radio station. They'll all.
Oh yeah,
they'll all go.
Trust me, they're not going to waste.
Yeah.
If that's what you're worried about, no. Now I saw the first Inside Out, and I liked it. So I'll wait till this one comes on Disney to watch the second one.
Now, what is Inside Out?
It's a cartoon about what goes on inside you with emotions, especially kids.
Oh, okay.
It was hilarious, man. It was damn funny. And this one deals with the teenage years. So you got anxiety shows up. Look at that, man. There's so many damn people there.
Crazy.
That is nuts, man. Look at that. Wow. Wow.
I had no idea he was. I mean, I knew he was popular, but popular enough to sell 110,000.
He's King George, man.
Yeah.
He's King George for a reason. Poteet's own.
The pride of Poteet.
Yes, sir. Everybody thinks it's the Strawberry Festival. No, it's George Strait. It's a beautiful place to go to a game. I got to be honest with you.
I have never been.
Oh, it's something. Well, if you do, when you get there, go to the Dixie Chicken, which is down right by the stadium, and go downtown. Dixie Chicken's cool. There's a bunch of little bars and restaurants around there. They're real cool. Guess that's what we can talk about before we get out of here.
Okay.
Rain coming up this week.
Smart.
Yeah. And we'll have it for you right here on your
Everybody.
weather station. Okay, now I got it figured out. I know what's going on now. Ow. Look at that, man.
That's going to be interesting.
Look at Wednesday, man.
Yeah, it looks like it's headed
Oh,
here.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, Brownsville's going to get hit pretty hard, too. Stand by, Chris.
Okay. Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together. And coming up, a very big guest scheduled for tomorrow's show. And we'll look at the weather that will change dramatically in the next 48 hours or less. But first, Brian Gann, what stories are you tracking?
Partly cloudy, partly sunny today. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, clouds early, partly cloudy in the afternoon. A stray shower, thunderstorm possible. Highs in the mid to upper 90s. Then on Wednesday, rain. There is a potential for flooding rains. Highs right around 80 degrees. It is 79 downtown, 79 at Randolph Air Force Base, and 79 right here in Stone Oak. WOAI News Time, 8:52.
San Antonio's first news are thanks to Andrew Zimmel, flying the Millennium Falcon solo all morning long, directing the live video stream on YouTube at 1200 WOAI. Scheduled to join us on tomorrow's show, Mr. T, a gentleman. That would be him. Barry Manilow coming to the Frost Bank Center on August 15th and coming to this program tomorrow.
That's going to be awesome.
I'm a huge fan. In fact, I'm a fan of Low.
Uh-oh.
I'm a fan of Low. I admit it. Ask Patty Larson. She knows. I'm a fan of Low. I'm proud of it. I'm proud. All right, Mr. T, the weather, 48 hours from now, Wednesday, you've got this stuff developing in the tropics, which are expected to turn into either a tropical depression or a storm down around Mexico. Looks like it's going to slowly move west or north toward either into Mexico, but likely into South Texas.
Yeah, and you mentioned Wednesday. There's a potential for some flooding rains on Wednesday. Depending on where you look, what forecast you're seeing, I see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches to over 3 inches, just depending on where you are, I guess.
Depending on the computer models, as you mentioned, flooding rain, coastal flooding, gusty winds, high surf and rip currents will affect the western Gulf Coast and the Texas Gulf Coast. And we just looked at our computer model a few minutes ago, and the bulk of this storm could head right towards San Antonio
Yes.
and South Texas.
Yeah, when's the last time you saw a chance of rain 100%? I mean, that's unheard of.
Yes. According to the Weather Channel, San Antonio and South Texas, chance of rain Wednesday, 100%. Thursday, 94%.
I know.
chance.
I mean, it's just going to rain. We're going to get some rain.
Yes.
And we need the rain.
And
There's no question.
And we pray that there's no catastrophic flooding and
Yes.
certainly nothing that causes widespread damage or loss of life.
Yeah, we do not want to see that, but we definitely want to see the rain.
And we've been hearing Brian Gann talk about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow as well. Former President Donald Trump apparently close to naming a running mate.
We've heard this for a long time now that he's close to announcing a running mate. When? Tell me when.
He is the master of
Of the
reveal
tease,
and
yes.
ratings. I think he might even wait until the convention. I think he
Which
might,
is a very good
make
possibility.
it a big reveal.
Because really, we already know who the Republican nomination or nominee for president will be, who they're going to send out there is Donald Trump. That's what we don't know
Yes.
is the vice president. So that's really the only reveal coming from the convention.
Yeah, exactly. I think revealing it at the convention would be very powerful and effective.
Very
and,
Trump-like.
yes, and get a lot of eyes on that night.
Yeah.
And therefore, then he can make a speech and have even more of an audience, which is certainly what he's looking for.
Yes, sir.
All right. Charity McCurdy will be back on Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow, scheduled with Barry Manilow. Our thanks to Brian Gann in for Charity. Coming up, we've got Glenn Beck, Brian in for Charity with all the headlines at the top of the hour. But right now, your Sean Hannity Morning Minute. We will say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Kay. Appreciate that.
Everybody have a great, great day.
Travis, Eric, Kay. Anybody else in here? Sleepy Echo 5 Hotel. See you later. Hopefully Barry Manilow on the show tomorrow. That's
he's going to show. Barry
that's what-
Manilow's not going to stiff
He's
us.
not going to stiff us.
Not us.
He's not going to big time us.
No.
I'm a fan of Low for
Yeah,
crying out
and
loud.
he knows that, so
Come on
he's
now.
not going to miss it.
Thank
I
you very
guarantee it.
much.
Everybody have a great day.
Hey, it's Clay Travis, right?
Right?